Hello.
Hello.
Dude, this stream is gonna be a lot. It's really cold down here.
My stomach is in my throat.
I'm anxious.
Yeah. Hi,
Hi,
Jada.
Jada. Glad to see you. I don't know if you'd be able to come today.
Yeah, she said that she would be able to.
That's good. I've been at work for the last, has it been 3 days?
Yeah. Today's Friday. And you went Wednesday, Thursday,
God.
today, and tomorrow. I've been putting together today's thing.
Yeah.
Hi,
It's been
Paula.
rough.
Paula, thank you so much. We cried last night after seeing your donation. I refreshed it and it went up $1,000 and I was like, holy shit. And thank you. Seriously, we're going to be emotional tonight just as a
Heads up.
heads up.
We're gonna try not to because it makes it very difficult to speak.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Sherry.
But anyone that has donated to our GoFundMe, we would like to thank every single one of you from the bottoms of our hearts. Honestly, I had no expectations of if people would donate or not. And it's been a lot because I'm have gone back and forth of if we should do a GoFundMe because life sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Seg? We're here. Hope you're well. And yes, I am wearing my pretty much over this shit because that is how I feel.
In memory of when I cared.
Yeah. Hi, Zizzy. I think that's Apple Goose. Hi, Apple Goose.
Mm-hmm.
On to wake up. Thank you. Paper flower. Hello. Understand no worries. Yeah. So we were supposed to be on Boo Productions Paranormal on, was it Wednesday? Tuesday? When was it? I don't know.
Wasn't it a Sunday?
Oh yeah, Sunday.
I thought it was Sunday.
It was supposed to be Sunday. We were supposed to, that's how you can tell we're not okay. I don't know when everything has, it's been a lot. We were supposed to do that collab live stream with everyone. What's up, Mason? But we ended up taking our cat Azrael to the emergency vet on Friday. Spent 10 hours waiting in the pet ER. So he wasn't seen until 4 a.m. We picked him up Saturday night. So we've just not been okay. As you can tell by this and this, unfortunately, Azrael has been diagnosed with GI lymphoma, which is a form of stomach cancer. So this has been kind of a breaking point for us. He just turned 3 years old last month. So it's been an emotional roller coaster. He's home. He's doing okay right now. He started chemotherapy on Tuesday. He's gotten some blood transfusions. We can get into more of it later. But that is why he started showing symptoms before we went on vacation a few weeks ago, of throwing up and yeah, sorry. Be patient with us as we talk about everything tonight. Because I'm trying not to cry. But he started showing symptoms of throwing up, not wanting to eat food. He was super lethargic. So the last few weeks with help from both of our like parents, Azrael's been like to so many vet appointments. And unfortunately the cost of like his cancer treatments and everything, it's a lot. We've talked a lot about how not okay we've been for the last few years. And this is kind of a like, we're devastated. Cancer fucking sucks. So a lot of this has been kind of trying to figure out what to do in terms of our channel, our lives, Azrael, just everything. We've been kind of trying to figure out what is important to us, because a lot, this is kind of, it's, yeah.
Yeah, there's just been a lot going on behind the scenes that you guys don't see, and we're just kind of sick of fighting. So I don't know. He's 3 years old, and I don't know. I thought we would have him longer. So I don't know. All of this stuff that we've been dealing with has just been so stupid. And you guys have watched me like try to talk about it on Hey Bye, but every time I like try to talk about it, it is just another fight about it. So I don't know, that like Rigger said, this is it. Like this is, I don't know, all the stuff that we've been like doing and trying to figure out and fighting behind the scenes just seems so stupid, because so it's just so stupid. So we have been quiet about a lot of what has been going on. It has been happening for 3 years now. And we
decided that we're done with keeping so many things private. I have like a disclaimer that I'm going to read before we get into everything.
Yeah.
But
it's time that we reclaimed our voice and actually told our story around these people that have been hurting us for a long time. I don't know. This is something I talked about with my therapist. So she told me it would be a good thing to like leave this stuff behind by just fully saying what has been going on. Because like this thing with Azrael is one thing. Like this thing with Azrael is heartbreaking. But with everything else going on, it's like impossible to be able to like continue doing all of this. So it's just, yeah, it's stupid. And all of the people that are donating, it's mostly why I started crying, because I like don't.
I haven't even been like looking at everything.
Yeah,
so
just
I just
watching
looked.
people, and it's like, oh my god. So if you do want to, by any chance, want to donate to our GoFundMe, it's linked at the top. Or if you want to share it, sharing it also helps. But the funds for this will go towards his cancer treatment. It will go towards what you will find out of legal things, and also for any like expenses that we are struggling with because there's a lot that you guys don't know. So,
Yeah. And what we talk about tonight, those of you who have kind of been in our community or around us for the last couple years, a lot more things will probably make sense as to why we've been inconsistent and why we've had so many breaks and just all of the ups and downs we've had. Yeah, we've been really, really not okay.
yeah.
Hence why we didn't do the Boo Productions live stream the other night, and we were excited to do the round table, but we just emotionally couldn't do it. We watched it live, watched everyone talking about it, but we just couldn't bring ourselves to do it. So that's why there's been also a lack of like Woo Woo Wednesdays content again. So yeah, thank you guys already for the support. We're trying to raise as much money as we possibly can, just for legal fees, like Eb mentioned. I don't know if you want to talk about that at all yet, or
I think it would be fine to just do it in the like list of everything.
okay, yeah.
But it's gonna be in regards to legal fees, treatment for Azrael, and then expenses that we're behind on because we're trying to pay for all of this out of our pocket. The vet specifically told us that like cancer treatment for cats, a good place to start is like $15,000,
which is, we know, a lot
detrimental.
And
like,
I mean, we didn't think that we'd get this much already.
no, I didn't think anyone would donate like
this. This first 6,500 goal is like the first milestone. GoFundMe like chose that. Our goal is over the next few months to try to raise a total of $30,000, which again is a lot, but like if Azrael needs more blood transfusions each time he needs one, that goes up more. We don't know what costs, other like medical costs are coming up. We don't know how much our next set of like legal fees are going to cost. Our mortgage is like $2,000 a month. And we're already on like food stamps and things. So yeah, if it truly wasn't for our parents helping us the last few weeks, like we've, I think, put in already like $8,000 into like Azrael and getting him to like oncology and trying to get him to a place where he has
sustain his life.
Yeah, a fighting chance. So we're already in deep. So we want to do our best to give him his fighting chance because he's too young for all of this.
Yeah.
And I mean, we also don't want to lose him, you know? Should we just move into the...
Yeah.
I made a PowerPoint presentation. It's really shitty. But, you know...
Made it like a few hours before the live stream.
So we're going to take you through pretty much everything we can since 2023. Before we begin, tonight, we're sharing the timeline of events as we experience them and providing as much supporting documentation, evidence, and context as we're able to. Throughout the stream, we'll be showing receipts, screenshots, messages, and other materials where appropriate to help viewers understand the events being discussed. We encourage everyone to look at the information presented, think critically, and come to their own informed conclusions. Of course, Seg, I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, that's the wrong thing. You just saw our ceiling for a second.
Oh, that was my camera over my desk.
Because there is an ongoing legal process, there are certain topics, details, and evidence that we're not able to discuss or disclose. Whenever we reach a point that we can't elaborate on, we'll let you know. We ask that you please respect those boundaries and understand that our inability to comment on certain matters should not be interpreted one way or another. There are simply topics we cannot address, and we appreciate your understanding. And that goes with if you guys have questions about things as well. If we're able to acknowledge them, we will, but otherwise, yeah. We ask everyone watching to keep the conversation respectful. Please do not seek out, contact, tag, message, review bomb, or harass any individuals, businesses, organizations, or communities that are mentioned during this stream. That includes commenting on their social media, attempting to involve yourself in these situations, encouraging others to do so, or trying to investigate on our behalf. The stream is not about starting drama, assigning hate, or encouraging anyone to take sides. Our goal is to document our experience, present the information we're able to share, and provide context surrounding the events discussed. Please also keep the chat respectful. Healthy discussion and respectful disagreement are welcome, but personal attacks, harassment, doxing, threats, or hateful comments towards anyone will not be tolerated. We ask that everyone engage in good faith, avoid speculation beyond the information presented, and remember that real people are involved. The moderators may remove comments or users who disrupt the conversation so everyone can participate in a productive and respectful discussion.
Are you ready?
Why are we doing this?
Oh.
We kind of already did that.
Yeah.
But Meddling Mediums did not start out the way it is now. And we've felt unable to talk about it for a good portion of time. And with Azrael and everything, we just want to get it all out. Pretty much what we said prior.
Yeah, I just want to share my story and stop being like controlled by this information, if that makes sense. Because I don't know, a lot of people can think that this is like hate or like angry or whatever. I just have been wanting people to know because you can all see it. You can all see how not okay we are, but no one really understands what's going on because we just don't say anything about it. So I'm like, instead of people just assuming that like we're X, Y, or Z, we'll just like tell you what's been happening for the last 3 years. And then you'll understand why this happening with Azrael is just, it's too much. So
Yeah.
this is us trying to make it stop, like trying to stop the fighting.
Yeah. So 2023. It all started in 2023.
It all started in band camp.
There are like going to be things that predate 2023.
Yeah.
But 2023 in March is specifically when Em and I met. So that is where this is starting. We started in Em's Patreon from back in the day. Back in the day of 2023.
Yeah, I was telling the community that I wanted to start a D&D thing because no one would play D&D with me longer than like 2 weeks because apparently adults are busy.
Anyone knows that trying to keep a D&D group together is one of the hardest things to do.
So I was like, I don't know who was talking about it first, but I convinced people that it would be cool to have like a weekly meet where we just like in our Discord chat hang out and play D&D. And we did that, and then we all became friends, and we
Yeah.
created a server called Catspiracy where we hung out as friends.
Yeah, and we talked about like spiritual stuff. Orion in the chat, he was
from that.
We met him through this D&D group.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys remember our friend Vanessa, she's been kind of MIA for a little bit because she's dealing with things, but she's from that. But that is really where Em and I met and started like talking.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I like met you
friends.
in content, like,
But this is
you were part
really
of my
where
community,
like,
but we became friends in their D&D group.
yeah.
Yeah.
April. I had a friend named Brandy that I met through M's old like channel, and we became besties, and we decided that we wanted to start our own like channel that was Clairvoyagers. So there are some people in here who first knew me from Clairvoyagers. But we started that in April. And that was just doing content things, metaphysical, spiritual, mediumship, spiritual things.
It started Hey Bye,
which now has become
It's my personal channel. I started Hey Bye, and then we
streamed together on Twitch. So me, Brandy, and M on Hey Bye. We streamed like tarot and like Ouija board things on like Twitch,
experimenting with like paranormal spiritual things.
Yeah, those of you who know the like is this true thing, a lot of like that and like Ouija boards stemmed from those streams in April. And then in May, Em officially asked me to join her wedding party.
Yeah, I got engaged in February of that year.
Yeah, I guess I forgot to put that.
Yeah, I guess that might have been important.
But we've talked a lot about our like relationship and that stuff.
That's the part I feel comfortable talking about is like my past relationship. But I was with a guy for 13 years, and then in 2023 February is when we got engaged, and I was very excited to marry him. And then, because I met Riker and Brandy, I invited them to be in my wedding party.
Yeah.
And then shit went down, and that did not happen because I broke up with him.
Yeah. A lot of this stuff is also in here because we've had people accuse us of things. Like I've been accused of manipulating M into like a relationship. She's been accused of cheating on her past relationship with me.
Yeah.
And none of those things happened. That's not true. Like
we were just friends.
We were friends, and like, you know, as of now, this is May, Em and I never had a like true one-on-one conversation until June. So like people like, you know, Orion were there, Brandy, other people. But June always ends up being kind of
June is rough.
A shitty month for us. But beginning of June of 2023 is when Em and I started discussing the idea of making a joint channel, and it would become this one, Those Meddling Mediums. It initially started just the two of us talking about it, of trying to figure out how we could do like Clairvoyagers and like do things with like M's channels.
It's like a collab kind of like place where we could do ghost hunts, because doing ghost hunts takes a lot of like resources.
Yeah, and it was something that I had been wanting to do. M had been wanting to do things. So but around June-ish is when I started having some like problems with my friend Brandy and working on Clairvoyagers. I'm not going into a whole lot of like the details of like my former like friendship with Brandy, one, she's not really a creator anymore, and I'm not gonna like air out any of her like personal like laundry or anything. Like I'm not gonna, like I don't think that's fair to her. This is more just for context of things, because a lot of people, when we started meddling mediums, were asking where the other person I did content with went. And so this is just to give context, but the details aren't really important in my opinion.
Yeah, but we basically started meddling mediums to be a group of friends going ghost hunting.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, one of my dreams was to like work with my friends and be able to like get them out of their horrible jobs and shit like that. So because things were changing in like my life, in our lives, and meeting everyone, I was like, I want to do more ghost hunts. This will make it more possible for us to do more ghost hunts because there's like more resources, there's more people that can like work on it, there's more like ability to like make this stuff happen.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, at this time, I was living across the country. I was living in
yeah.
California. Everyone else that we were bringing into this lived on the East Coast, like
Yeah.
Eastern time zone. I was the farthest one away.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also because there are some people who are adamant that like M cheated on her ex with me. Like there really was nothing. But in June, M decided to leave her ex.
Yeah, so decided to leave honestly because I started coming to the realization that there were some things in my relationship that were like not great. I feel like maybe my relationship was more on the toxic side. These are things that I've talked to me about my therapist with. Um but yeah, it's like I've been struggling in my relationship for years prior to that, and then leading up to like being engaged and like being around other people that are getting married and getting engaged, it's just started not feeling right.
Yeah.
So I left, and that just, for whatever reason, absolutely blew up everything else in my life. It was like the first domino of like really horrible things to have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally how it went, okay. I was at Okay, so right before I broke up with him, I was at a bachelorette party for my friend who was getting married, which is why I'm like, other people in my life were like engaged and all of this stuff. At that like bridal party, every single one of my friends, like people in her bridal party, were either engaged or married. And they literally talked about relationship stuff for the entire like week that we were together. So it made me like have these realizations. So when I started driving home from that, because it was like a 10+ hour drive, I started like questioning things about my relationship and how maybe there were some issues. So I was like gonna like talk about it with my friends. And then when I walked in the door, I just like couldn't hold this secret anymore and was like certain, and I did it. Um so I broke things off with him and then left. I went to stay with my parents' house and woke up the next morning and went to a funeral for my great aunt where people were asking me about my wedding plans. And I just lied to them and so told them that I was excited for my wedding plans because I couldn't handle it. July.
We started dating.
Yeah. Good times.
We just celebrated our 3-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Beginning of this month. This is when July is also when Em and I brought in Brandy, Russell, Janelle, and Anthony, who were. I had one of my alarms for Azrael's meds one off. They were friends of M's that had done ghost hunting with them. And that this is that first message. So this is like the very first message in this group chat of meddling mediums. This is M. She said, "Hey guys, so I just want to contact you and let you know what my plans were for ghost hunts. So I've been talking to Riker for a while about potentially starting a channel for just ghost hunts called Those Meddling Mediums, as it doesn't look like Meta Psyckicks will be able to do ghost hunts for a while. And we were wondering if you guys would be available to talk about logistics today at like 6:30. Let me know if you can join. If not, we will probably have other meetings as well." So July is when we first kind of started bringing more people in to things.
Em says goodbye to her dog Jellybean. Oh, that was awful. So if you guys remember, I used to have a little corgi named Jellybean, and that was like really hard for me to like lose her because when I was separating from my ex, that was one of the things that I guess you could say lost. I don't know. He told me that he didn't have anything or he didn't have anyone. So honestly, I trusted Jellybean to take care of him when he left. But it was and is the most horrible thing losing your dog that way, because I just am kind of just angry that I don't have the ability to see her anymore. So.
Yeah. And I also want to I didn't write it in here, but there were a lot of outside opinions coming in about
Oh yeah.
Em and I getting into a relationship. This is where the accusations of like cheating or manipulation or just all sorts of things kind of started.
Yeah.
And mostly it was to M. So like friends, family, like people online, everyone kind of made their 2 cents known about how they didn't agree with M's decision to leave a relationship that she felt was not good for her.
Yeah, I mean, as do with most toxic relationships, it looked like the perfect relationship because like we were together for 13 years. But again, toxic relationships, a lot I didn't share with people in my life. So I just like honestly thought a lot of it was like my fault. So I just kept quiet about it. So once it happened, people were kind of in shock and they gave a lot of their opinions because they were upset about losing my ex. So there was a lot of like getting information from people saying why they think that I left him, which was not true. So people think that I like was bored and like needed something more interesting to do. I was accused of like cheating on him with Riker and like that's the reason why I like left. But like truly what it comes down to is like I was just friends with Riker. At that point, I wasn't even like gay. Like I was fully straight in my head. Like nothing was gonna like change my mind off of this person that I've been with for so long. And just because Riker and the other people in this D&D group treated me with like respect, I started to see where I wasn't being treated with respect. And that showed not just in the relationship with my ex, but also in the relationships with other people that I've had in my life. And honestly, it continues to do that. It's very much like one of those things when you are in a toxic relationship or getting out of one where you start becoming worried that you're not going to be able to tell the next group of people that you find if they're toxic or not. I can tell you from experience that you won't at least find the same type of toxicity because it is blaringly obvious.
Yeah, and at the time, I was single. I had been single for about a year, and I was not looking for a relationship. I also knew M was engaged to a man, and And my relationship before this, it ended because my ex-girlfriend cheated on me. So I also would not be like, I would not have condoned like M cheating on her partner. And I think it's very clear of anyone who knows M just for 0.2 seconds that it's not how she would be
Yeah.
like that. So a lot of the like assumptions were also just like complete mischaracterizations about like our friendship and things,
Mhm.
because I know there's a lot of people who probably don't quite get how there were no like romantic interests
Yeah.
initially. They
Mhm.
like built after all of this, but there was like nothing of that sort until after she broke up with her ex. So,
Yeah, they were like trying to find a reason of why I like broke up with him, because the concept of like the relationship being toxic was like too far fetched for them, which is how toxic relationships work.
well, I even asked M like when she was talking to me about all of it, and I asked her what would make her feel the happiest.
Yeah.
It was never a like, you should choose me, I can make you happier.
Mhm.
That like, I was not, even if
You didn't decide my feelings for me.
yeah, and I didn't decide who you should be with, because that's
Yeah.
for you to decide. That's not for me.
Yeah.
And if we just stayed friends forever, that was fine too, so.
Yeah, because prior to all of this, I would say like a few years before getting engaged, I started getting a lot of opinions about my relationship. Like anytime I went to like mediums or like psychics or got tarot readings, they would tell me my relationship is going to end. And it started making me question things. And I like opened up to people being like, hey, so like this is happening. Like, do you think this is my fault? Like, what do you think about this? And I was getting like thoughts and opinions about like maybe you should leave him, maybe like this is not okay, maybe you should talk to someone about it. But in my head I was like so gung-ho of like there's no way I would leave, he would have to leave me. And that changed after a while. So for I would say like 2 years I like cried every single day because I like thought my relationship was going to fall apart, that he like didn't love me, like all of this like horrible stuff because of all of the like things going on and how I was being treated. And then there was a period of time where it just kind of like, I don't know, like I guess became stagnant. Like it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it just was. And then that's when we like got engaged. So I thought things were like better because it wasn't like how it was 2 years prior to that. But then being friends with people that like treated me with like the respect aspect, and it wasn't just Riker, it was like literally that D&D group. Um that's when I started being like, well, did anything actually change? And there was a lot of people that like questioned my decision because I was approached by my ex to go into couples counseling, and that was pressed against me of like, why didn't you do that? Like this needed to be something that you did. Like it could have like saved your relationship. But like at that point in my life I thought that being in couples counseling would make it worse. That like I would just let everything go again. I had a lot of people question how I broke up with him, which again, I don't know that I would be able to do it any other way because I was so like attached. So it was a lot of like pretending like these horrible things were not happening and making them my fault because it was easier and because I couldn't see him any other way. So now I feel like a lot of people in my life are doing that as well, as they can't see him any other way, but they also weren't the one in the relationship having these problems. So Yeah.
Yeah.
So saying goodbye to my dog was fucking horrible. I literally cried on the floor of my kitchen holding her. And then I would say like maybe a week or two after that, my ex moved out and that was horrible. I like went to a friend's house so I didn't have to like be in the house when that was happening, and then I came home and just nothing was there. So part of my PTSD that I still experience now is seeing the places where his furniture was. So like the holes in the walls of where his TVs were like the most triggering things, and I would literally just sit on the floor looking at them. My bedroom, all of his furniture was in our bedroom, so the only thing in there was the bed. So
Can confirm it's where all of my stuff went.
that's where I would sleep, and I would literally just sit on the floor. Like basically after I like broke up with my ex, I like couldn't handle being alone. If I was alone, I was like crying so hard I was like feeling like I was gonna throw up or having panic attacks about it. So I was on the phone with Riker just like as much as possible. So when I wasn't on the phone with Riker, I would sit in these places and just stare at things that caused me to have PTSD and crying until Riker called me.
Yeah, and that is why we've done so much of like rearranging, changing things in the house, painting, just trying to make it feel better.
Yeah, and Seg says couples counseling is only if you feel there's something to salvage. If you want it to end, that it's got to end. My therapist has also talked about it because I talked to her about it, and she's like, it only works if there isn't like abuse happening within a relationship, because a lot of times couples counseling in that manner could continue to perpetuate that if it's not seen early on. So that is also something that I felt like might have happened. It would be very much a like I would just take the blame for everything and he would just be right and that would be fine.
August. A lot happens in August. I flew out to visit Em for the first time. This is us at her friend's
Isn't it
wedding.
cute?
Look at how cute we were. Also, hello everyone who's come in. This was us. It's also just really funny to see how different we look now.
Yeah.
We had our first meeting for Those Meddling Mediums take place. We decided to go to Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary as it was closest to Brandy, so we were supposed to stay with her.
And that's the thing that happened in the car, right?
Yeah. Well, we had like a meeting before we drove.
Yeah, but we couldn't figure out what we wanted to do.
And then we were driving the like 10
go to that
hours
wedding, right?
to go to the wedding, and then everyone else got in a call to have a meeting but we weren't there because we were in a car ride
driving.
and we were in the middle of the mountains, so we didn't have great service. So it was a whole mess, but decisions on how content would be handled started coming into play, and I'll kind of go into more of it. We have screenshots of it in here. So this was, you can see it's time stamped at the top, August 13th.
13 has still been haunting me.
So this was the like initial like notes that we took of how we were going to do things, because ghost hunting is fucking expensive, and having a large team of people of like 6 to 7 people, it's really hard to coordinate schedules. So the idea was we were going to go to one location and try to like use every part, like pretty much create several pieces of content from one single location. So we were going to have like a vlog, and after the investigation, we were going to do like live streams, a bonus investigation, reactions. And then we started kind of like breaking down what everyone's roles were going to be, as you can see here. So like Russell was supposed to be the editor of like the main videos. Em and I were both editors of the like extra content. We did thumbnails, and then we were the co-owners. Brandy was going to do descriptions and posting and do like TikTok editing. Janelle was going to post things to social media, and Anthony was going to be like the location coordination, so calling the locations. And this way was trying to split out responsibilities across people. It made it so people could do what they wanted to do. So like everyone kind of chose their own and like agreed to do what they wanted to do, because the idea was we all could kind of decide what we do together. This is August 13th is your birthday. Well, happy birthday.
What's your sun sign? Is that
Leo?
Leo. Okay. I just like to know people's secrets.
An hour late now. I have no idea what's going on. Our cat Azrael has cancer. We're raising money through a GoFundMe that's linked everywhere. And then we're discussing the last 3 years of things. So right now we're in August of 2023. This was M posting this just under a different account. So the account name is like blacked out, but this is M. So we're talking is like on August 20th about kind of like how we were going to do things. So what the main ghost hunting video would look like, what the bonus investigation would look like.
Yeah, we were basically making like a funnel.
Yeah.
We're making a funnel for content. So basically what most people do on YouTube videos in our niche is to create this like super long like ghost investigation, which is what would be considered that main ghost hunting video. However, again, we all had jobs. We all are like broke. It takes a lot of resources to do ghost hunts. So we pushed content out throughout the entire month for each location. So the ghost hunts were actually the bottom of the funnel because they take a lot of like, I don't know what the right word is. A lot of people, you have to watch a video for like 2 or 3 hours. You know what I mean?
And like Em and I both had backgrounds in content creation, because a lot of people know me mostly just from Meddling Mediums on here, but you know, it's 2016 now. I've been in like the content creation niche for the last 10 years. So both Em and I were experienced in marketing. Like we could do the video editing, like we could do the whole range of things and had backgrounds in all of this stuff. So we were kind of the main ones to kind of just like bring this up and talk, and like as a strategy.
Yeah, we brought it up to our team so it would take the pressure off of going ghost hunting once a week, because that's hard to do.
Yeah, because this Discord message was is from a server that everyone was in for like content team. So it was so we could like coordinate, talk about content, plan things.
Yeah, so that would be the main ghost investigation video was at the bottom of the funnel. And then going further out, you have like a bonus investigation, which we wanted to take the most exciting part of our investigation and cut it out into like an extra video that was shorter. So there was less of a like commitment. That's the word I'm looking for. Commitment from the audience to watch a like 20-minute video
versus
to
a
see
like 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour.
So that's why we have one on our channel now that's like super short. That's the bonus video that we used to do.
And then we were going to do like a reaction video.
Yeah, we're going to do a reaction
because
video.
That's like top of funnel, because everyone kind of knows if you react to like Sam and Colby, for instance.
Yeah. You're like calling out their audience to come watch your video.
Which we leveraged that because this year is when the Cody and Satori drama started. So
that got our channel monetized.
Yeah.
The Cody and Satori. That was the year when Sam and Colby went to the Conjuring house for a week and met Cody and Satori, and that blew up a lot.
Yeah.
So we were one of the first people to create a reaction video on it, and our video got 200,000 views before it was taken down.
120,000.
Oh, 120,000.
Yeah.
I thought, we had a short that had
our short has a lot more.
The short has a 200,000.
I was looking at it today. That's why I know.
Yeah, that was crazy. We did that. We also did a like live stream, and we had 600 people watching us, and we had 200 subscribers at the time.
Yeah. So like, I can show you guys this. This was that video, 119,000 views. that's for later. You're gonna see it all anyways. It's not a like secret, obviously. But again, this was kind of like our meeting plans and notes, just talking about like how we were gonna do everything, going to Brushy, finishing going over it. You can't see it because of our camera. Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a little right there.
a check mark.
There's a reaction, like a thumbs up, and that was by Russell. This is important. I promise. This comes up later. Some of like this stuff. Also in August, if you want to talk about.
Oh, yeah. So after I broke up with my ex, that is when we started like separating things. He moved out, and then he was on the like mortgage of my house, because obviously. So to give context on that, when we moved in together, I like didn't want to move into an apartment, so I put money down on a house. I paid the mortgage. Yeah, but I put his name on it, so we had to go through a refinance process. So refinancing your house or getting a loan as a self-employed content creator is horrendous. How you have to do it is you need to have 2 tax returns proving your income. At this point, I was mostly just working for like Meta Psyckicks, my old business. And that was like a year after we like blew up. So I had 2 years of like tax returns, but the first year I relied mostly on my corporate income. But the loan company did not count my corporate income, so I got denied.
Oops, that's well.
I got denied from my first home loan company. But basically, the first one on there, my ex, I don't know. I think he might have thought that I wasn't going. I don't know. I don't know what he thought. I'm not gonna even say that, but. Regardless, he sent me a message that basically said that if I don't refinance the house and buy him out of the property, that he would like partition to have the house sold out from underneath me, which was like gut-wrenching and terrifying and scary. So, that is when I started going into the process of trying to find a lawyer to protect my assets, to protect against the like legal threats that he was giving towards me. And then that was honestly a good thing, because it took me like 60 days in order to be able to refinance, because I got denied from my first home loan. And I had to find a different like company to like go with. But that's also when we had the like crazy thing happened, where we got a sign from the universe.
Oh yeah, did you put it in here?
I don't think so.
We've shown the picture a lot,
but we were at my friend's wedding again. We were at my friend's wedding, and we were getting our nails done or whatever. We were inside of a building, and one of my signs and symbols for spirit is like dragonflies. So we were inside of a building getting our nails done, and a dragonfly lands on Riker. And as that's happening on the like TV in this building, they start talking about home refinancing. So they made me feel like I would be able to like do this, like I had made the right choice in doing that. And we're still here. I'm still living here. Shit. Oh, I also started another. I need to stop doing this.
No more businesses for M.
I need to at least stop signing on. I guess I didn't sign into like an LLC, but I need to stop doing business things. I need to focus on one, or that's it. Okay. So I was talking to Russell for a while and wanting to create like a podcast type thing where we like just talk about mediumship stuff. So we created something called Off-Brand Mediums. End point. No more businesses for you. Yeah, I need to
September.
Stop doing that. I got an acceptance from refinancing. I like the first one that happened. Oh my God. The first company that I applied to, they like asked for like all of these documents, and I was like on my way going there. I walk into the building and I'm like, "Hi, I have these documents that you guys need to like see if I qualify for a refinance." And while we were at the cash desk, they like call me to tell me. They like call me and I was like, "Yeah, I'm like in the building." And she was like, "Oh, okay, do you want to come over here?" And I was like, "Okay." So we sat down in front of her instead of on the phone for her to tell me that I do not qualify for anything. And then my mom was there too. My mom drove me home while I was crying. They dropped me off at my house and I just sat in my bed and had a panic attack for like 3 hours. And then after that, I called the next company. And that process happened for like 45, 60 days. And they accepted me. And I still live here.
I had a fallout with my friend Brandy over just kind of how we were operating Claire Voyagers, and we kind of just like cut things off and stopped all of that. And so Brandy pulled out of Those Meddling Mediums. She was no longer going to be a part of it, which meant we had to get an Airbnb now to go to Brushy, which, if you know anything about Brushy, it's in Tennessee. And where the prison is, there's like nothing around.
Yeah, I mean, the prison is in a mountain.
So like trying to find an Airbnb, we did it, but then the Brushy mountain trip happens. This was where more of the like cracks in Meddling Mediums started, because this was our first investigation for the channel. Anthony got upset during the investigation and started kind of like going off at me, Em, and Russell over things. So it kind of became Janelle and Anthony versus the other three of us. Em and I were trying to do a lot of like, I don't like damage control, like
we were
mediation.
trying to figure out what was going on because it felt very just out of the blue.
Yeah.
This was our first ghost hunt ever, and basically like it was like at the end of the ghost hunt, like we were like in the process of like being about to leave basically, and we like walk in because we did like solos or whatever, and me, Russell, and Riker walking because we did like a solo.
Yeah, we went to the hole. Yeah, we went to the hole.
Yeah, and they were like already in the team room, so we like walked in and he just like came out and said like, "Oh, the three amigos," or something along those lines, and we were like, "What?"
Yeah.
So he expressed feelings of like not being like involved with everything, or like being pushed off to the side or whatever, things like that. But it was like it felt very out of the blue. So it wasn't a good start for the channel.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of even just like driving to the location was a lot. Anthony, we rented like a van, and Anthony was like the main driver, and he was texting and driving a lot, and so he was like speeding up and slowing down, and it was making the rest of us really sick, because a lot of people get a lot of everyone else got like car sickness and things. So there was a lot of that at the Airbnb. Like Anthony and I had a very small spat over like who would get the primary bedroom with the ensuite bathroom, and it was dumb, but it was just like things like that just started happening, like little cracks and stuff. And that was kind of where some of the first arguments over content started, because it was like people not wanting to be on camera and then saying that they were being left out of things and not included, or like some content didn't get used because it just nothing like happened. It just wasn't really great content. So a lot of that started here. It is now 8. if you want to pause here. And
it is now time for Azrael's medicine. I'll be right back.
Do you need help or are you good?
I should be fine. He takes his medicine good.
Yeah. Azrael has to go get his steroids and food. Or no, it's not his steroids yet. He has to get one of his meds now that is like supposed to coat the inside of his stomach. So he can like process medication and things better. And then we have to like feed him and give him more medication later. But we're almost at $2,000 already, which is insane. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jada, Sydney, Mama Fry, Mason, Seg, Nibbler Girl, Andrew, Camilla. Thank you guys so much for all of the donations. We really, really appreciate it. Like, I don't know, I'm doing more okay than I thought I would. I think I've compartmentalized enough for today. So, but it's been a very long 3 years. If you can't tell by our like, we're only in September of 2023 and we're not even to like the brunt of things. Wish I can donate. Don't even stress about it, Strix. If you guys can't donate, if you want to share a GoFundMe, that would be awesome too. Just the more eyes that get on it, the better. But if you're not able to donate because of your own financial stress, please do not do it and like put yourself in a bad situation. But yeah, our lives are a lot. I'm glad you guys like my shirt. Also, hi, Barry Reckless. I saw you come in. I know that there's a lot of people who have been saying things, but sorry, we're not reading chat all that much. It's mostly just trying to go through this because there's a lot of things that are like, I don't know. We've had to go back through the last 3 years of things and find like and create a timeline so we actually had some sort of like reference of things. But yeah, you don't have to read chat. I just want to, I mean, I'm reading it for the most part, but thank you guys for all being like cool about all of this. We were worried that there might be people trying to like be trolls and dicks about things, troll dicks, you know, but yeah. I don't know what to do with my hands. It's okay. Em's coming back. Don't worry. What's up, Damien? Hello. Took you 3 whole minutes.
Wow. You just like squirted it into his mouth.
We're almost at $2,000. I love that you really did make a PowerPoint, even though it was partially a joke at first.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. I also told Mason we were thinking about making a PowerPoint, and Mason was like, "Do it," and I was like,
"This makes it easier." There's a lot that's gone on.
Yeah.
Like we could do it from memory, but I don't even remember. It was very ADHD stuck.
Yeah, it just helps us keep track of everything because trying to recall 3 years of events and just like right off the dome is very difficult. So it's obviously not a like huge like effort PowerPoint, but I support it too. Yeah, just so much happened. It just makes it easier for us to go month by month, year by year.
Mm.
October. M finished
Yay.
refinancing the house and she got it.
Yeah. That is why our mortgage increased so much.
Yeah. Also in so I also forgot to there's things I forgot to add. But so like I flew out in August to visit, was home for a few weeks.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And then I flew back out for us to all drive to Brushy.
Yep.
And then I flew home, packed up all of my shit, and like a few days after getting back from Brushy, shipped out all of my things in a pod. And then at the like October 1st, I was moved in.
Yeah. And basically like the reason why that happened so fast was because like me crying about how I'm going to be able to afford my house now increasing because I had to buy my ex out of the property. My loan increased. So I was like, I don't know if I can afford all of this. Thank you so much for the donation. But
hi, Rosie.
Riker was like, hey, what if I just moved in? It would make it easier. And
because at the time I had a full-time corporate job. So I was making like $52,000 a year, which isn't like a lot, but it's a lot where we live. It was not a lot living in Southern California on that salary.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
But yeah.
But yeah, so in order for me to be able to keep my house, Riker and I decided that it would be cool if they came and like lived with me and shit. Oh yeah, we started in October.
Yeah,
we thought it would be fitting because October is our biggest month,
and it worked.
It in fact did.
We got monetized almost immediately because of the Cody and Satori reaction. So we posted our videos. I showed the like Cody and Satori thing earlier. And then during all of this, we went to Indiana State Sanatorium and Ashmore Estates. And that's where a lot of fighting about content started to really ramp up. Specifically, we were holding off on posting the Indiana State Sanatorium because we got like, I can't honestly remember how.
No, they told us. They told us.
Indiana State Sanatorium told us?
Yeah, the tour guide told us that like Zach Bagans like did a video there. So we were like content brain. Oh, if this happens,
we'll wait until
recency. Yeah. We'll wait until they post and then we'll post the same thing so it'll do better.
Yeah, but with Ashmore Estates, you guys saw like our old content plan of like the bonus investigation was going to be like the best part of it and how we were going to break all of it down. Arguments started between me, and Russell over who got what content, because Russell wanted the content, the like juiciest part for the main investigation, but we filmed it specifically as a bonus thing. So like we had already like wrapped up everything and we introduced it as its own
We introduced it as the bonus video. Yeah. It was very much like trying to like keep consistent with like YouTube and the business and stuff like that, which is why we were filming like in such a weird way. Yeah. Because it's really hard to start a ghost hunting channel because it is so expensive.
Yeah, that's why most channels, especially like the bigger ones, don't start as like solely ghost hunting. They do other things because it's expensive.
Yeah, so that's why we were splitting content the way that we were. So we just petty stuff,
Yeah. I think I can't remember if and then we went to Twin City Opera House.
Oh, also, Indiana State Sanatorium, that investigation was crazy. Also, Ashmore Estates was crazy too.
Yeah, all of the, I would say the first like 3 locations that we did of like Brushy, Indiana, and Ashmore were like really good locations, which is why
Yeah.
we were so like upset when we had to take it down, which we'll get there.
Because like
But
Ashmore Estates was the time where that thing ran up to us, like that spirit.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little boy that ran up to us,
mhm.
and it was on concrete floor. It was so audible that I thought that our like ghost hunting team was like making jokes about us, like to us, but they were outside.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. It was crazy.
But then we went to Twin City Opera House. That investigation was fine.
That was my second time being
That was
there.
that was all of your guys' second times being there. It's my first time going there.
Yeah.
You did a collaboration with Mackie and Amanda at the Conjuring House.
Yeah.
That was like right after I moved, because I like
Yeah.
moved in and then like you left for a few
That
days.
trip was so hard.
Yeah.
I cried the entire way there because of my ex.
Yeah. And that's when you started a break from everything for
So-
a few weeks for your mental health.
Basically what happened there was like the refinance process for my house kind of like slowed down, so in my opinion, like the hard stuff was going to be over. That was a really good joke, but so in my brain I was like, I just need 2 weeks to like reset up my life and like get a routine again so that I can like be fine again. So I basically approached all of the businesses that I had at the time, which for whatever fucking reason was a lot, and was like, hey, I am going to take 2 weeks off because I'm not okay. Like, if you give me content to work on prior to that, I will do that. Otherwise, like, I'm going to make arrangements so that everything is like covered. And I specifically chose 2 weeks right before our next investigation, which was Prospect Place. So those 2 weeks I did pretty much nothing other than I did readings because I already had those scheduled.
Yeah.
I didn't want to like go through the process of rescheduling them.
Yeah. And then this is when fights over who owned meddling mediums also kind of started.
Yeah.
It wasn't like big ones yet, but this is when people started having issues that Em and I were the like co-owners of it, but which is why I showed all of like our notes and things of stuff prior, because we were told that a lot of like we didn't communicate things and that it was never agreed on.
Yeah.
So like with Ashmore Estates, we were told that we never agreed that it was going to be the most like interesting part of the investigation, and that's what it was going to be. And then when we shared screenshots of the receipts showing that it was in fact talked about, then people started crying and saying that it was rude of us to like receipt them and show proof that they were in fact wrong.
Yeah, so basically the concept of like what we thought meddling mediums was going to be was Riker and I would be the like co-owners of it. So we would be the one that had the ownership over the LLC. And then we would be able to employ the rest of the people on the team, and that would make it more possible for them to have that as their like job, like that would be their career. And in my head, the reason why that was, in my opinion, the best is like you have people that own it, and then I don't know, I didn't want to be like tied to an LLC that had like
5 people.
5, 7, 10 people tied to it, because that can get messy if people get like angry or upset about it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want my name to be legally tied to like all of these other people that have very differing opinions of me, you know?
Yeah. And we tried telling them like if they wanted to do a 5-way, we didn't feel comfortable doing a 5-way LLC. So we would be fine with being employees if they wanted to be the owners.
Yep.
But they were adamant that that wasn't. I don't even honestly really know what the issue with that was, but they were like, no, that's not. They wanted specifically like all 5 to have equal ownership. And honestly, I don't know. I've been trying to kind of like talk about it more neutrally, but I'm going to not be able to once we get into things because I have too many opinions.
Yeah. It wasn't also equally though.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It didn't need to be equally, but I did not want to be like legally
Yeah,
tied.
but we like podcasts were not getting edited and done like they were supposed to. Contacting locations, oftentimes Em and I would end up having to do it, and like pretty much everyone else's tasks we ended up having to do at some point. So we were already kind of managing most of it. Like Em and I are the main ones who like created all the accounts, got everything together. I did all the artwork. Like Em and I were it was our idea to kind of start this channel. So we were leading it, and somewhere, somehow it got lost in translation. And then we started getting accused of taking advantage of people.
Yeah.
But we did offer to give up our like ownership title if it was that big of a deal, because we truly didn't necessarily care who owned what.
Yeah.
It was just like we were planning on operating the business with like equal, like everyone kind of had like an equal pull. It was solely just on paper the LLC was owned by us. So
yeah, I told them multiple times that I wanted to like create a career for them so that they could like feel what it was like to be your own boss.
Yeah, and every time it was brought up of like, well, like I want to be owner, it was mostly brought up to M. A lot of that stuff wasn't ever talked about to me.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into some of that stuff later. But it was repeatedly shared of like, no, we were the owners. It was this way for a reason. It wasn't trying to like have like a weird power structure or hierarchy. It was just legally tying ourselves to each other like 5 ways.
Yeah.
Was we didn't want to do, especially when we were already seeing like cracks and having issues with things.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not want to be legally tied to 5, because like if you start a business with someone, even a partnership, if you look up those statistics of like an LLC partnership and how long those last, they typically don't last. It's very rare for them to last. So the more people you add, the more opinions you have. And this isn't like we're agreeing to do this and then like you can leave, whatever. You are legally tying yourself to another person. And I'm not a lawyer. I don't really understand fully the contracts or how things can be like twisted to like cause more issues. However, I was just not interested in getting into another legal issue. I didn't want to get into a fight over the LLC, whatever. But in our like opinion, what we were doing was we were managing the business. So we were like, okay, now it's naturally time to start an LLC. Let's start this LLC. Riker and I will be like the co-owners of it. You guys will be like employees underneath it, whatever. But they wanted that not to happen. That's fine. But I didn't want to be tied to a 5-way LLC. So I was like, either you guys own it or I do. I just don't care, but I'm not going to be in an LLC with 5 people. No way.
Yeah. November. We met with a lawyer to start Meddling Mediums as LLC as owners. The group was notified. So this was our November meeting agenda, and I'm going to show the like history. So you can see it was last edited November 4th, 2023 at 1 a.m. I'm pulling this up so
people
like,
don't think we changed it.
Yeah, so no one can come in and see that and like say that we changed things afterwards or whatever. And I'm solely bringing this up because we were told that it was never communicated that we were going to go to a lawyer and that we did it behind everyone's backs. However, this is still currently in our like Meddling Mediums Google Drive. At the time, everyone had access to this, so it was not a like document that just Em and I had. Like anyone could come in and do anything in this. And if you go down here, you can see like other monetization LLC setup. So we talked about it in this meeting that we were going to do it. And then I think I have, it's going to come up later. Is this but I'll just show it. I'll show it. But this is also our email to our lawyer. I censored certain details, but so the meeting notes were November 4th. This email went out the 10th of setting it up with Em and I as the like main people. They had access to this email.
Yeah.
I hate that I have to like do that, but these are specific things that have been used against us as like claiming that we'd never communicated things. So I'm showing that we in fact did.
We are over communicators as we over communicate.
Yeah. The day of the day we were supposed to go to Prospect Place, we woke up. I walked out of our living room to feed the 2 cats, and Shinzi wasn't coming to get her food, which was one of the cats, and I found her dead on the floor by our couch in the living room. And this was the last day of M's break.
It was actually the day after.
Oh, yeah, it was the day after. Sorry.
I had 2 weeks off, and then Prospect Place was supposed to be my first day back. And basically I contacted everyone after that and was like, I'm taking another week off. But because we already booked Prospect Place, we had to go to Prospect Place.
This was Shinzi.
Ghost investigations don't normally take refunds, for one, and for two, and want to let everyone down because everyone already like put in all of their time and money into this location.
And that morning, Anthony also couldn't show up because he told us that he was like sick. So if Em and I also didn't go, he said he was coughing up blood. I'm like, oh my gosh. Anthony. But if we didn't go, then it would have just been Janelle and Russell.
Yeah, we didn't want to do that.
And
so
we
went on a ghost investigation. I wonder if people like remember all of that, but like that ghost investigation, I don't really even remember.
I don't remember a lot of it, if I'm being honest. Rick was not there.
Almost the entire way there.
Yeah, and then we like sucked it in, used it as a distraction.
Yeah.
And M's parents like buried Shinzi in our backyard when we were gone.
Yeah, basically Riker came in and told me that. Riker was like crying, obviously.
Yeah, also this was 2 days before my birthday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like made me completely dissociated. I remember just like walking out, like petting her on the head, and then I started crying after I called my parents because I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I need you. I don't know what to do. I need you to come here.
Yeah.
So my dad helped us with that.
It was November 12th because it was 2 days before my birthday.
At least it wasn't on the 13th. My fucking God.
True.
But yeah, I took my mom's car and we drove to a ghost investigation right after that. I basically cried most of the time there. Did you write anything about like going on a wait list for Azrael?
Oh, no, not yet.
Because
before Shinzi died, we decided that we wanted to get a Maine Coon because Em was sad from losing Jelly Bean. So we like put ourselves on a wait list to get a Maine Coon. It wasn't supposed to happen for months.
Yeah, she didn't have any litters. Her next planned litter was in March.
Yeah, so Shinzi passed away, and then like 2 weeks later, we got Azrael.
Yeah, we basically got a call like right after she died, and then we got a call that the breeder basically got 2 like kittens, and she was planning on adding them to her breeding program. However, decided not to go with one of them, so she contacted us and asked us if we wanted him, and that was Azrael. So that's how that happened. It was just very weird timing.
Yeah,
But
which is again why him getting cancer now is also just a
horrible.
lot, because we got him like partway through all of this horrible shit, and
we got him because we thought that that would be like a happy thing to focus on when all of this shit was happening. Because I was like really distraught about Jelly Bean. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go and get like a Maine Coon. I've wanted a Maine Coon since I was a child. So we did, and now this is happening, and it's just fucking horrible. And literally right after that, like Shinzi died. So I was like, yeah, he was really important.
Yeah, and on our way home from the breeder with Azrael, Russell informed us over Snapchat that he wasn't going to be able to edit the main investigation for Twin City, which was supposed to go out that weekend, like within a few days. And he most likely would not be able to edit Prospect Place, which was going to be going out in December. So we replied and told him, like, it's fine, but for like, we'll have M do Twin City, but we weren't going to be able to like handle doing like Prospect Place because like we both also had like full-time jobs and commitments and other things going on. So we informed him that we were going to potentially hire an editor if he wasn't able to do it to do Prospect Place, and that we would pay for it out of our own pockets.
Yeah.
And this is the first, that is when I first mentioned my friend editing Prospect Place.
What I like, if anyone had a problem with editing, I was like open to like helping them figure that out too. Yeah. So it wasn't like a whatever. It was very much like, if you need help, just tell us.
Yeah, like it was stressful that
it was stressful, but
we didn't have more of a heads up, but it was fine. So we were gonna do Twin City, and then we were just going to like outsource for Prospect Place for the like one video Russell is in charge of. And yeah, this is the email that I showed of our LLC things. So November 10th. December. This is December 1st. There was a big fight between Russell and I on Snapchat over the editing of Prospect Place. This is also when Em and I started to like record and document everything, because during this back and forth, we have the video of it. It's like 45 minutes long. I'm not gonna play it here. But it was a lot of back and forth because we had our team meeting, which is here. So again, this was last edited December 1st. So this was our meeting notes, and this is where I said like that my friend Dylan was going to help edit for December, the Prospect Place full investigation. We had a team meeting. Janelle wasn't there, so it was just me, Russell, and Anthony. During it, I think it was Anthony's idea to do these like meetings. So I was like, Em and I were the ones who like wrote the itinerary and like planned all of these team meetings as well.
They're like monthly meetings.
So it was like once a month just to like touch base, figure out plans. It's not like anything crazy, but we asked if they were still cool with my friend Dylan editing Prospect Place, and nothing was said in this meeting. But then immediately after the meeting, Em and I got a Snapchat in our like editors group chat we had on Snapchat of Russell saying that we were taking away editing from him and it was really rude and we weren't communicating and we made the decision without him. So there was a lot of angry back and forth between both Russell and I. I got heated during it and lashed out. He lashed out. And this was when he first started threatening, like going to like lawyers and talking like about forcing us to take all of our content down that his face was in. And the next day we were supposed to go to Madison Seminary for an investigation. So a big fight between Russell and I. Immediately after we were done, like M ended up calling Russell to like beg him not to.
I called him to see what was going on.
Yeah.
Because I heard, like, I was editing a video, I thought. And then
You were editing the Twin City investigation.
overheard you and Russell fighting about, he like mentioned like wanting to like take all the content down and leave. So I like called him to figure out like what was going on with that. And he promised to me that he wouldn't do that. And then I was like, I hope that you understand, like, I need to ask you to sit out of like Madison Seminary until you figure out what you want to do. Because if you're going to take all of the content down, we don't want you to be in this video just for us to not be able to post it. Like, that's not fair to us. That's not fair to the rest of our team. Like, you need to sit out for this until you figure out what you want to do.
Because what Russell and I were going at each other for, obviously I'm going to be more biased in this because I was the one directly arguing with him over Snapchat. So I acknowledge that this is biased, but I was fed up because this type of situation kept happening where we would talk about things as a group and Russell would not tell us what he was thinking or feeling or his opinions on everything. And then after everything was done, he would like Snapchat us, like kind of bitching us out. And like it just felt like we were constantly being accused of not communicating properly. So even with like Prospect Place, during my like this argument with Russell, he claimed that Em and I decided on our own what the bonus investigation would be for like the second video. However, like we have on video, like Russell and I sat out of that location, so we didn't have the history. Em and Janelle went, so we have on video Em saying like, these are the spots I think would be the most interesting. What do you guys want to do?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't really like say what they wanted to do. So we were like, do you guys want to go to the barn? Because you've mentioned wanting to do that. And they said, sure, that sounds good. And then during this argument, Russell tried claiming that we were like we were controlling everything. And
yeah, because they had mentioned like they being our entire group had been mentioned not being able to have their voices heard, which is like a reasonable thing to say. Like there's a lot of us, there's a lot of different opinions being spewed. So sometimes it feels like you can't get a word in or whatever. That's how things like that work.
Especially like you throw like a bunch of like neurodivergent people in like a group trying to like do things. It's very easy for things to get lost. So they were well within their right to express those feelings to us, and we were not angry at them.
And that was before Prospect Place that they said that. So that's why we went into Prospect Place with the like idea of like trying to figure out, okay, I'm going to write down all of these things of like, this is what I think would be a good idea. Here are some options if other people don't like this idea. I remember like writing it down in a notes app on my phone because like
I think you shared it with everyone too.
Like me and Janelle went on the like the tour together. So I was like, I need to pay attention and like write all this stuff down because like I'm the one getting all this information. So I need to like make sure that everyone understands like how the investigation could go based on like the information that was given during the tour. So we like tried to like communicate more, communicate better to try to make people feel like they are being heard. But during the investigation, I mean, I thought it went fine. I thought
Yeah,
it went well. I thought we were
I
communicating.
thought that, you know, all things considered, I thought that we
Like,
all were having fun and enjoying what we
it
were
was a very
doing.
chill
Like
investigation.
it was chill. Like obviously Em and I were sad because of Shinzi, but from our perspective, we thought everything went smoothly and went well, and like we were working on those issues. And then during this argument with Russell, he started accusing us of not communicating. And so the boil down of it was he was angry that we decided to have an editor without talking to him first, and we made the decision without him. My side of it was, we, like when we were picking up Azrael initially, that's when we first mentioned it to him. He never got back, so we brought it up in the meeting to be like, hey, this is what we were thinking, like bringing it up again, like what do you think? He said nothing, like he didn't say like a single word about it. And then afterwards it went into this. So it was just a lot of like, it was a lot of both of us arguing over who had the burden of communication. So I do own up, like I could have, like in that document, phrased it a different way instead of making it seem like it was just supposed to be Dylan and it wasn't my friend Dylan and it wasn't going to be Russell. Like I immediately after the Snapchat and after M called, like I think M was on the phone with Russell, like I took it, that's what I was, took pictures of on your phone of, but I apologized for how I went at Russell during it because I was heated and frustrated, and I tried to like see if we could like
Make
amends and fix it. He semi apologized, but not really. And then I think later he was supposed to come over so you guys could record an off-brands medium
Oh, yeah.
like podcast, and he refused to come to our house because he was that angry
At you.
at me specifically. So that is when I would say that like Russell and I started like really butting heads against each other, like majorly. It never got fixed after this. Also sorry that if I like
I'm so sorry.
went, but
Okay.
so the next day we went on Madison's, we
You're
went to
fine.
Madison Seminary. Russell didn't go. Janelle had already pulled out prior to all of this. So it was me, Anthony, and my brother, Jay. That investigation was...
That was pretty cool too. That
Pretty
was when we
okay?
did the like Devil's Toy Box,
Box,
and you
yeah.
were having like weird,
weird knocking
knocking
thing.
things happening in there. That was fucking crazy. That's on
Yeah.
members.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But I don't know. I don't know if I mention what happened during that.
It's up to you. I don't know.
Do you know what I'm thinking of?
I think so.
1 second. Sorry, had to confer. Quietly. I'm going to say it. This might get me in trouble. I take full responsibility for this. I'm the one who convinced him. During this, prior, Anthony and Russell had butted heads at times, but during Madison Seminary, almost every time we would like start recording, Anthony would make comments about Russell, and then we would have to stop because during it we were like, it's okay, like we can do it without them, because Russell the night prior had threatened to take all of our content down. So we were like, yes, like it's fine, we can do this, like we don't need everyone to be here, we can do it, the four of us. That was later taken and spun in a different way, which I understand how it got spun, but that's besides the point. But there were a lot of digs being made at Russell, and we have it on video. That's what I'll say about that. But because it was on video, after this investigation, Anthony decided to make like a separate like Google Drive thing to like share all of the footage, because he didn't want Russell to see what our investigation was. And then Russell said that he wasn't going to do anything for the rest of 2023 for Meddling Mediums. So
we were trying to do a weekly live stream,
and people kept like not showing up or being there. So we were like, hey, we're thinking about doing like a Ouija board live stream.
That was the one where I think we did a poll for it and people chose the Ouija board stream.
Yeah, I hope you saved it before it was taken. We still have all of the content.
Yeah, all of the content is still on our YouTube channel. It's just privated.
Yeah, it's just privated. But we still have
it was good content.
Everything. And we even have all
really
of our footage from everything.
Out.
Yeah, we'll get to that too. Because like we were really bummed about it. I think that like, yes, we're not on speaking terms with these people, but I do think that we did
great,
really good content together. Truly, like I stand by the content that we did before everything. But Anthony expressed not wanting to do live streams. Nor AJ, what's up? He didn't want to do like a Ouija board, so he started getting kind of upset that we were deciding what to do for live streams without them, because they weren't.
There's a lot of lack of communication of like if people were going to come to the live streams or not. And a lot of times like people just wouldn't tell us if they were or not. And I think like the Ouija board stream, like
Janelle and Russell said that they weren't going to be there.
Yeah.
And Anthony said he didn't feel comfortable with Ouija boards.
Yeah, he didn't feel comfortable with Ouija board stuff. So we just assumed that no one was going to be there.
Yeah.
Other than us.
And then there was the ambush at our house.
Yeah, so because we were having all of these problems, we basically, like, we had the next video that was going to come out. So we had planned to be like, okay, let's, like, hang out, and we're going to do, like, a reaction video. That was what was planned, so
we were supposed to talk about all of this stuff and, like, work it out.
Yeah, so because, like, we were having these issues, we were going to, like, come together and, like, talk about the issues. So we, like, reached out to, like, everyone and being like, hey, so since we are planning this, like, would you guys just want to come over and talk? And it was told to us that, like, Russell absolutely did not want to come because he did not feel comfortable being in content, and he did not want to talk to us.
Specifically because he was that angry at me. Most of his anger at this point was directed towards me. He was angry at you, but he was using a lot of things towards me.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Janelle, but I don't think we thought that she was coming either.
Yeah, because Janelle and Russell lived next door to each other, literally.
They're brother and sister.
And Janelle and Russell are brother and sister. Also, if you guys didn't know that,
they usually come together.
So usually, so we knew Anthony was going to be coming still.
Well, did we? Because the day prior is when he, like, started messaging us, weird, but he like wasn't really saying what was going on. I forget exactly what it was he was talking about, but he was like insinuating that he did something, but we like had no idea what he was talking about. He
started Snapchatting or like messaging us about like getting everyone together to talk. And he was acting like really weird.
Yeah.
And so we were like, yeah, we're totally down to talk. That's what we were trying to do in the first place. But
So we kept
what's
being
going
like,
on?
what are you doing? Like, what have you done?
And he did not want to tell us
He
that.
kept like beating around the bush,
Yeah.
if you will.
And he did not.
So,
We asked him multiple times. I asked him, and then he went to M, and M asked, and he like did not want to say what happened. And it's because he was in a Discord call with the two of them, and Anthony was telling Russell that we were talking shit about him, that all of these things were happening, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Was it around the time that side-eye guy did the Sam and Colby reactions to the Conjuring house? I can't remember when that was, so
yeah,
I don't know. But the next day, Anthony says that he's like 15 minutes away. So we're like, okay. So he shows up. We're like, hey, we start talking, and then he's like, oh, by the way.
Well, I remember saying to him, like, I'm surprised you're here. I didn't know you were coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he said, like, Janelle and Russell are like 5 minutes away, and they're about to be here. And I was like, they told us that they were not coming.
And also, like, for reference, Janelle and Russell live over an hour away from us. So them being 5 minutes away was like, there was a lot of time that no one told us. And Anthony was like, yeah, we're doing it so we can all talk about everything.
Yeah.
So they showed up, and it was a like couple, it was like 2-3 hour conversation. I don't know. We were talking for a long time in our living room. The entire time, Russell refused to look at me at all. Like, he was sitting in our living room on our couch and would not like acknowledge me, look at me. And they told us that, I don't know if you want to explain. I feel like you're better at explaining it. I have too many like angry feelings about all of it.
Basically, the three of them were very angry with us because they felt like we were like controlling things within the business, not communicating. They just wanted to like all come together. They said that we were like talking poorly about them behind their backs and like all of that sort of stuff. So it was a lot of that. And Riker and I were just kind of beside ourselves, like sitting there, just taking it all in and basically like apologizing over and over and over again. I remember just being like dissociated and like trying not to like have a panic attack because like the second they left, I had a panic attack.
Yeah, they were accusing us of so many things. Like, it was clear that Anthony had went to them and twisted things that Em and I had said, and to make it seem like we were fully against them, which was not true.
Yeah.
But it was like right before the holidays, so like it was kind of decided that we were gonna like take, like, everyone was gonna kind of just take a break over the holidays, and we would like come back at the beginning of the year to figure out what to do, because Russell was mentioning not wanting, like, questioning if he wanted to be a part of it anymore, and like still kind of talking about removing all of the content featuring him, and like mentioning like getting him getting lawyers involved because he wasn't like agreeing with what we were doing. So yeah, that was a big...
Yeah, this part was just really horrible for me because these were my three closest friends. These were the people that like when I broke up with my ex would like randomly show up in my house to like make sure I wasn't alone.
Was this also when, I think this is also when Anthony started accusing me of being like his abusive mother.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way I communicate and the way I talk, he kept repeatedly saying that I was like, he was having issues with me because I sounded like his abusive mother, who who had passed prior. So this is, for me, December is when it started feeling like the three of them were starting to like turn on me, and there was a big emphasis on like mine and M's relationship and how, like, in terms of like meddling mediums. Yeah, a lot happened during that.
Yeah, I had a panic attack afterwards because I like could see me losing all of my closest friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I went back to California for Christmas and I got COVID, so I had
You were
to
stuck
stay.
there.
So I stayed later because I wasn't gonna travel with COVID. And while I was gone extra, Azrael just started projectile vomiting everywhere.
Yeah. Basically, we had him for less than a month because of COVID. At that time, it was like really hard to get into a vet. So the earliest we could get him into a vet was like a month after we got him. He started like projectile vomiting randomly one day, and I had to take him to urgent care. So that was fun.
Yeah. And you had to do it alone because I was in California with COVID.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little kid and he was probably throwing up his body weight, and yeah, that detail. Sorry, TMI.
No, it's fine. That was also when the first debunker made a video on us.
How you know we made a good video, right?
Yeah. Mythos Paranormal did a video on our reaction to the Cody and Satori stuff. Sounds like a haunted friendship. Paper flowers.
That was your first like hate video, right? Well,
yeah.
I mean, for meddling mediums.
Yeah. I mean, I've been on the internet, so I've dealt with stuff, but it was more of like
it was so quick.
Just started our channel.
Yeah, that's how you know it was a good one.
And we're already getting content made about us.
So yeah, my face was plastered on it. It's probably still there if you want to watch it.
It is still there. Honestly,
that's how you can watch our videos.
Yeah, honestly, like, because I remember being in California when we saw that he covered us.
I saw that and was like, wow, amazing.
We were dealing with a lot, so we were not okay. Yeah. But still to this day, we were like, his video was funny.
It was a good video. He was so good at making
it was
videos.
Funny. Like, but yeah.
It was a hate video though. So
oh yeah, this is you can't really see it. It's cut off, but this is this big fight. It's 45 minutes long. It's just cut off. But anyways, now we're moving on to 2024.
Yeah. Okay. I'm ready.
Oh, because I noticed that is when Russell and Janelle stopped showing up in the videos after Side Eye Guy talked about how everyone in the group reacted to Sam and Colby. Oh yeah, the Side Eye Guy covered us for the first time last year in 2025. That's when Seg covered us.
Side Eye Guy talked about everyone who reacted to the Sam and I don't think are you talking about Side Eye Guy reacting to our Conjuring video? Because I don't think that happened, right?
No.
Am I remembering? Did I miss something?
Is there a way to salvage some of
no, that was Mythos.
The old content y'all liked by editing out some of this disgruntled folks? Probably not. Honestly, it's something that we've thought about, but
that's why we still have our Indiana bonus video, because it was just me and Riker.
Yeah, but everyone is kind of involved in the whole thing. So yeah, but 2024, January. This is when we started Smoke and Mirrors.
Which is why we were planning on starting Smoke and Mirrors prior to this, obviously. This is just when we started the LLC.
Yeah, but this is like when, and this is when we posted content for the first time, I think.
Yeah, because everyone was like confused why we had two channels that we owned together, but it's because Meddling Mediums was supposed to be a collaboration of 7 people. So Riker and I were moved in together, so we were like, we want to like post vlogs and
we
want to
do cringe couple shit.
So we're like, okay, let's start like another channel just for the 2 of us, and then it became, now we have 2 channels of just the 2 of us. But you know,
yeah. This is when Russell reached out to M about. Do you want me to show these at all?
As long as there's nothing like weird in them, I don't know.
It's like I can read them out. Sorry, I'm like
reading quickly. I can talk about it while you like read it. So we did off-brand mediums for a while, like a few months, maybe a few weeks, few months, something like that. But it was mainly like a podcast where we just like talked about mediumship stuff. But after this started happening and Russell started like threatening to take all of the content down, I started to like question like things, obviously trying to start another business with him. So he approached me and was like, so how do you feel about off-brand mediums? Like, what's going on with that? And I basically was like, I like don't really understand what's going on with us as like friends, like in our friendship. Like, I don't know why you're making all of these threats. I don't know why all of this like drama is happening. Like, can you give me 2 weeks to like figure it out? Because we like initially promised that we would meet in 2 weeks to like have a like another meeting and like talk about things, all of us together. So I was like, I just need time to like see what's going on and figure out like where these like motives and intentions are coming from in regards to like us in content. Because like if we're about to be monetized, which at the time we were very close to getting monetized on this channel, I don't know if I want to have an LLC with someone that's making threats to come after me legally. So I basically told him that, and he kind of started changing all of the passwords and decided like, hey, if that's how you feel, maybe you shouldn't like do it.
Yeah, because that was even before you fully like responded or made a decision.
Yeah, no, I like responded and was like, I'm not sure. So because I responded with that, he started changing all of the passwords and removing me from things. Because I got notifications of it. And he responded basically saying, paraphrasing, if you will, that like maybe you shouldn't do it then if that's how you like feel.
And then he posted this video on Off-Brand of kind of talking about how things were changing without M. Not like saying he didn't call out M specifically, but just made an update and started doing some content without M. Yeah, I mean, I could read these, but I don't think they need to be read.
Okay.
Personally,
that's basically the like summary of it, right?
We have the screenshots of these things. I just don't necessarily want to like
rehash things. But that's just like basically like what happened. So he became the like sole whatever of off-brand mediums.
Yeah. So everyone then decided we had like a 2-hour phone call.
Yeah, so the 2 weeks happened because we were making this plan to like meet. And basically because of what happened last time when we had a meeting where we basically like didn't know everyone was coming over to our house. Basically Riker and I were like, we don't really feel comfortable with it being at our house because we are like worried about not being able to leave, basically.
Yeah. And no, everyone else didn't want it to be at their house.
Yes. And no one wanted it to be in public because they were anticipating this conversation to be very personal.
Yeah, they didn't, because we were like, we could go to like a park or like a Panera or something, and they didn't want to do that. So it happened over Discord. So it was a like 2-hour call.
It was rough.
Talking about everything. We got accused of a lot of things again. Mainly by Russell. We were accused of like stealing his content idea and putting it on Smoke and Mirrors, because in like the first vlog we posted, there was part of like we had a like part where we like made like meatballs.
Yeah.
Like
He was telling us that he wanted to start a like YouTube channel where he did cooking with mediumship. So when we started vlogs, we put in a piece where we did like mediumship while we were cooking dinner together.
But we weren't trying to like steal his idea from him.
We weren't trying to make a cooking show out of it.
It wasn't like, it was just part of a vlog.
Part of our vlog.
It wasn't supposed to be a like thing.
That was the first thing that was said, and basically we talked about, I cried the entire time because they said that, and then they started like basically talking about how they were gonna like leave, which was very, again, hard for me because they were my closest friends and they were all leaving, and I basically was like, I was uncomfortable coming to this like chat because I knew this was like gonna happen, and I still just can't prepare myself for it.
And we convinced them to let us keep the content up at this time, but we had to like demonetize all of it, so we couldn't make any money off of it.
We're also, for the person asking, we're talking about what has happened over the last 3 years and why we have been inconsistent with content.
So we're in January of 2024. We spent the last 2 hours talking about 2023.
Yeah, but the replay will be up if you want to rewatch this.
So after everything had happened, we blocked people and removed them.
Because they said that they were leaving the business. They all said that they didn't want to be a part of Meddling Mediums anymore. So we, after that meeting, when they said, we are leaving, we changed all of the passwords and removed them from the business. Because... obviously.
Yeah, and
I decided, because of all of the situations going on, that we should block them from the content as well, because I didn't trust them at this point. Like, my trust is broken.
Yeah. The next day, we were at
what a week.
a appointment at our bank, setting up a business bank account for Meddling Mediums, and
during the
meeting I got a call from my boss that I was getting laid off.
So we were we were literally opening up a bank account to start making money with Those Meddling Mediums. The day after, everyone told us that they were going to leave the business, and during the meeting, Riker gets a call saying they're going to be laid off, and that our entire their entire income will be given by this business that just got monetized.
Yeah, so we set up memberships in that day for Meddling Mediums, and we made the Discord server. Like, we did so much in like the day I got laid off. Mm-hmm. It was like,
we have to make this work, otherwise we don't have money to live.
Sorry, I'm also, I need to see
when. Just one thing after the other. I know you've been saying it for a while, but not knowing the context behind it, I understand way more. That's one of the reasons why we're like coming out and saying it, even though it happened in 2023.
Yeah, because a lot more makes sense when you see like the timeline, and that's also why we're going chronological order, so you can see like literally everyone left, and the very next day I got laid off. Like, there was no like like the very next day.
The next thing on here is like our
Mackie and Amanda reaction.
We react to Mackie and Amanda. I think it was the one where they were investigating Amanda's house.
Yeah, and everyone
reacted to it.
And that is the one that Seg did the video on. Yes. So part of why last year when we were like talking about it, like we felt like we weren't able to explain why we were not okay in that video, and it's because all of this happened prior,
which is probably what a great is talking about. Yeah, that's probably what that's. But I didn't realize it was so close together. Yeah.
But that is when that's why I put the infamous Mackie an Amanda reaction video.
Yeah.
It didn't come out until a little bit later, but this is when we filmed it.
Yeah, we filmed it that week because people in that, because Seg reacted to it and people were basically saying like, you guys just seem so like monotone and like boring. It's because we were not okay.
Yeah, because we were supposed to do things like initially we were supposed to do content with other people, and it was scrambling to start doing content just the two of us by ourselves.
But this is the reason why we're like talking about this stuff, because people could see it, but we couldn't say what was going on.
So yeah, we were forced to demonetize all of our videos, but at this point they were still up. The 2-hour Discord call crying.
And when we were forced to demonetize videos, we started working on Indiana. So we were going to post that next, and that goes into the next thing later. So
yeah, that got people, that made them upset too, because in the video there was a like call out for like members. And that brings us to February. This is where I am going to fully show screenshots of things. Because
while you do that, but basically we were allowed to keep the content up that included our past ghost hunting team's faces as long as it was demonetized. So all of the videos that we posted were demonetized, but because of we filmed stuff at Indiana and we hadn't posted it yet, we were in the process of editing it. We posted it, and we had like members content. And again, we're just very proud of the content. We wanted the content to be out. So we posted the members content, not thinking that it was behind a paywall, which would make it monetized, I guess. The video itself, demonetized. However, we posted it onto members so that people could see our members content.
Yeah. And like when it was brought up to us later, I took full accountability. Still today, we take accountability for that. Like, it was a miscommunication. We weren't trying to like pull one over, but shortly after they left, this comment got posted. This was on our like bonus video at Indiana of just M and I. This specific screenshot was sent to someone else who shared it with us. And so this one we don't know for certain came from one of them, but we were told that it likely did. So I'm prefacing that. I cannot like say for certainty that this was from them, but this comment says, so I followed Emily for a while now, and I have to say it because no one else is. Both Emily and Riker are starting to give me major ick. It seems like this channel has been about them from the start, and everything else just seems to be on the back burner. I've watched Emily put less time into her other channel with Olivia and more into this one. I think you guys forget your audience also has gifts, and you can feel the energy shift. We also can see the changes you've made. Mark my words, Janelle, Russell, and Anthony are going to be gone suddenly one day. But I was here for the whole team, not just these two. So disappointing to see the shift on this channel. Was good while it lasted. And it was just right after, it was like after they left already.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we don't know necessarily for certain who that is from, but we were told it was from one of them potentially. But there was the big blow up over everything being on members.
Yeah, so
I have all of those screenshots, but
I mean, you can look at screenshots and I'll explain things if that makes it easy. So again, we posted videos behind a paid wall for memberships because we weren't thinking. So one day, I remember this day so specifically because it was so horrible, but I I was like not okay because we just like basically lost our friends, and I was sitting in the back room of our house doing like a puzzle to get my mind off of it, and we received a group message on our like business group chat of Russell basically saying that he did not appreciate the fact that we posted these videos and members content. And he shared some screenshots with us that insinuates that he created an alt account, became a member in order to be able to see what we were posting on there. And that was how he was able to know that we were posting stuff in members.
Yeah.
So,
and he joined our Discord. He also confirmed to us that this was
him,
that he did in fact make a burner account.
So he is Barry.
So, yeah.
So with that in mind, they were coming to us and basically saying like, you need to take all of the content down. We tried to like compromise and say we didn't think about it being behind a paid wall. We just wanted to share the content. It's taken down right now. Like, we took the content out of like members, like it should be fine. We can keep the rest up. Like, it's fine. That was a very long conversation, and it was very, very hard and painful. But
I do want to read some of these messages though, because I have the screenshots, but some things aren't censored that need to be.
Yeah, like private information.
Yeah. So I'm reading it directly from the text messages because I still have all of them on my phone. And this was February 11th, which, as you could see, is the same day that these other accounts
were made.
So Russell started it by saying, so when we all sat down and had our last discussion, I had specifically stated that I do not want to be taken advantage of and used. I did not want to be used for profit, and I did not want you to use me to make money. But today I find out that you put multiple videos of all of us, not just me, on your membership only section on YouTube. You are using us to make money. The specific thing I said I did not want, twice in 2 or 3 different conversations. How could you guys not understand what that meant? That meant do not use me to make money, period. There are 5 videos with us in it, and one that you're planning on uploading that only has the 3 of us in it. Then on top of that, to add insult to injury, we said, let's bury the hatchet and leave it in the past. Then we can be friends later and decide in a few months instead of deciding right now. Which they fully left, but anyways. Then you guys blocked all of us on everything. I can't even believe the 2 of you, and now I have to watch everything the 2 of you do. We gave you a pass and basically no consequences for your actions, and we had sympathy for the 2 of you, and then you try to pull this. I am so upset and disappointed in the way you guys are acting. This is so hurtful and so upsetting. I'm thinking the only solution here is to take things down, as I don't think I can trust the 2 of you at all whatsoever. By take it down, I mean everything, and I don't think I'm alone on that. We tried to compromise, and this is how we're being repaid. And then M said, first of all, I'm sorry. I just wanted people to see the content we created. We can take the members' videos down and explain to members what happened. The reason we blocked you all is because everything we do and say seems to be taken out of context, used against us, etc. I know you say you don't trust us, but I do not trust you guys. You promised me that you wouldn't take the videos down, and then I do something you don't like, and you go back on that, saying that you're not trying to hurt me, but it doesn't look that way. You say it's not about money, but you talk about profit. You say we painted you in a bad way. We feel the same way. And now every time we do anything, you guys just assume we are the villains. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I fucked up. Why are you doing this? Like, why are you like... Yeah. And then Anthony said, I'm just lost. I left our conversation thinking we were all just taking a break from each other, respectfully so. However, then I was blocked on everything, which doesn't seem like a break. I wish nothing but the best for everyone. But for me, this was to have fun with my friends. And this isn't it anymore. Respect is all I ask for. Janelle said, I'm disappointed in how everything played out and the blatant disrespect that was shown. I don't want my face or image involved with anything you guys are doing. I also want the videos down. We didn't want it to be up and we compromised and you just did it anyway. Not cool at all.
Let me know when you're done.
Yeah. I said, I'm sorry, I genuinely I'm skipping a couple messages just because it's a lot of redundant things.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I genuinely misunderstood what we had talked about, but I understand that we fucked up. I removed the videos from memberships, but it was my fault. I'm the one who scheduled them and put them up. Because I understand why they were upset. We both understand.
Yeah.
And they had every reason to be upset in that moment. Mm-hmm. We did absolutely fuck up and we shouldn't have done that. We were not thinking of it in that way, but we see how we were wrong. And we did, the second they messaged us, we took it down. So Em said, I can take the members' videos down. If all the videos go down, I don't have a job. Russell said, we don't, Emily. We really care about everyone in the situation and we don't want to do anything, but this is all too much. I don't understand how you can still not get it. I don't want to be taken advantage of, and that's all. And that's all that's there. There's no deeper message or alternative motive there at all. I simply do not want money to be made off of me, and we all agreed to do that, and you didn't even think about putting us behind a paywall. How inconsiderate. And then Em said, so you retaliate instead of talking to me, instead of giving me the benefit of the doubt. I can fix it, but instead you hurt me instead. And I said, we blocked you guys after we noticed we had been blocked by Off-Brand and Russell. So we felt uneasy and unsafe. It wasn't fair, but we felt like that we needed distance and boundaries for a while. And shortly after everything happened, we started getting harassing messages from burner accounts talking about you guys, and we wanted to squash all of it before people noticed and wanted answers to what was happening. I don't know what happened on our end. It genuinely looked like we had been blocked first, and that is why we blocked. Russell says that's not what happened, so I don't know if it was just an Instagram thing, but he goes on and to send like a bunch of images of his like block list and starts saying that I'm bold. He said, you are bold-faced lying to everyone right now, Riker. And Em said, you blocked Smoke and Mirrors. And Russell said, no, I didn't. If I blocked you, you wouldn't have been able to block me. That never happened. He said, we were following, but now it says we're blocked and we can't see the account. Same on Meddling Mediums. And then this is where they switch and they start saying that I am lying. They say, Riker is lying to you, Emily. You're being manipulated. You're being lied to. I swear on everything we have done and what that meant to me, which is a lie. I didn't block anyone. And he just keeps going in and saying that I'm being manipulative, that I'm manipulating Em, that I'm lying. By the way, Em is the one who noticed it and told me about it, but they immediately just started claiming that I was like lying. Saying that Russell said, you're being gaslit, Emily, and it's not by us. Janelle said I unfriended her on Discord, but we were never friends on Discord. Then they start saying that they were blocked by my personal accounts, which I did block them. Em even said that she was the one that noticed it, and they still were blaming me. I showed proof that Anthony and Russell were still friends with me on Discord, and at that time, if I was going to block anyone or like remove anyone as a friend, it would have been those two. I truly didn't have beef with Janelle at that point. And Russell said, there's nothing I can do to make you believe me, Emily, and I understand that, but I will not be disrespected like that. That is a lie, Riker. And so they just start turning on me and saying that I did. And we removed them from our Discord, our Catspiracy Discord. because most of the people there were mainly mine and M's friends. And then we removed them from like our content Discord, but it wasn't being used really anyways.
But yeah, but basically what was like happening, because I like tried, this like was all going on through text message. I tried to call Russell because he's the one that like sent the first message, but he didn't answer. Um, so I called one of my other friends, and my other friend is like Anthony's wife. So she told me that they were all in a Discord call talking to each other while this was all going on. So yeah.
And then the conversation in this switches to taking down videos. So Russell said, at this point, making it right is going to be to remove everything. We part ways for now, and no one says a word about each other. No shitty little sly comments, no stealing each other's ideas, no anything. Just be done. I don't want any of this. Like, I truly love you from the bottom of my heart, Emily. And I know there's a part in you that knows I would never do anything like this to hurt you intentionally. I truly mean that. I do not want any of this anymore. I don't want anyone to be hurt. I don't want to be hurt anymore. I just want to be done. And when I mean nothing, I mean nothing. And there's absolutely nothing to misunderstand there. If it keeps happening, I will say something about it and bring it up. So I said, if we are being forced to take things down, fine, but I'll be making a video that says that we had to take them down for undisclosed reasons. I won't say what happened or say any of your names, but all of our content can't just disappear and nothing be said. And then I said, it'll be the same type of update you did, Russell, just so there's understanding. And Russell said, no mention that you had to. Just give them an update on what's happening this year, exactly as I did. I didn't mention you guys or anything that happened once. Absolutely not. And I said, that's why I said it's going to be the same type of update you did. And then he sent a screenshot of my message saying, this you. And then I sent a screenshot of my other message. And I said, sorry, my wording isn't perfect right now. I'm sobbing that people who say they care about us told my girlfriend I'm gaslighting and being manipulative to her when I'm not. And Russell said, you're going to mention for undisclosed reasons, you have to take the video down. I'm not going to let that fly. And M said, you've hurt me more than you can imagine. Keeping those videos up benefits all of you. Taking them down hurts all of us. If we take everything down, we will need to make a video stating what happened. If you truly cared about me, you wouldn't have gone back on your promise to me. You didn't have to take your videos down, so our video will include that. Russell said, I wouldn't have gone back on my promise if you two hadn't lied and went behind my back, told a story that wasn't true, stole my idea, and then continued to try and profit on me. Like, that's fucked. I'll take the videos down regardless. I don't need them up. But trying to make me publicly look bad is a pretty shitty thing to do. You're trying to make all of us look bad. You're saying I'm trying to get revenge, and that sounds like actual revenge. Just let it be done. Don't say anything but update on how things are going to play out. That's all it needs to be. And Em said, we aren't trying to do that. There isn't a video explaining what happened. People will make their own assumptions, which will be worse. And Russell said, let them delete them. Do whatever you want, but trying to slander us publicly is not the move. That will look far worse. And I said, I'm not going to slander you. I'm not trying to even. And I said, then why did you say because we had to? You can just say you're starting over. That's all you need to say. Fresh start. I said, that's what I plan on saying. Again, I'm sorry my wording isn't perfect for you because I'm talking in the heat of the moment. And he says, well, that doesn't seem like that's what Emily is going to say. And yeah, that's pretty much where it ends. And we ended up not ever making that update video because we were worried that...
Because of what he was saying.
Yeah, and because threats of lawyers and things had been like brought up previously, and then the like accounts like commenting about us, like about them trying to make it seem like it felt like we were it felt like someone was trying to bait us into talking about them. And so we were like, we're just not gonna do anything. Like, we have a screenshot. Jada was the first one to mention that our content got taken down. Shout out to Jada. Um so yeah, that is why we took all of our content down and why we didn't say anything about it until today.
Yeah. So, basically, I was worried about meddling mediums continuing to be monetized because, yes, we reached all of the requirements for that on YouTube in order to be monetized, but a lot of times YouTube will take monetization away if you don't continue to meet the requirements. So I thought taking all the content down meant that we just would not make an income either. And with everything that had been happening, it was like very scary to like not have income coming in on meddling mediums.
Yeah.
So I was very much beside myself having a panic attack about it.
Yeah, honestly, we thought that we were going to lose monetization on our channel, and it was the thing that we needed to rely on because I had just lost my job.
Yeah.
So yeah, and nothing that was like read or shown is like trying to like attack them, paint them in a bad light. Like, I know that they will feel that way when they see this, because I'm sure they will. It's just, it's context of what happened.
Yeah, it paints a picture of why like meddling mediums has become very like triggering. It's kind of like living in this house that I like bought with my ex, of like the holes in the wall of where he had his TVs. It feels very much like that with meddling mediums right now, and explaining like why and not being afraid. It feels more like we're reclaiming our voice in it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And then a few days after that, we found out that my old friend Brandy was catfishing a someone named Jade in our like community and some others. We found out because she purchased a drawing reading during one of our drawing streams. We didn't know it was her until we were trying to match up emails to like the Ko-Fi purchases so we could email things to them.
Yeah,
and
because the reading was a drawing, so we were going to send people their drawings to their email.
And I do want to say, in regards to this, I do not think that Brandy had any like malicious intent or anything behind doing this. I think she was just trying to engage with communities that she felt she had lost and didn't feel comfortable doing it as herself. She never did anything directly like to.
She didn't do anything malicious.
Yeah, she did. It. When she was Jade, she did nothing malicious. She didn't like do anything to us. We just found out that
it just was a shock.
Yeah, it was mostly a shock. And I do want to preface that I do not think she met any like malice or like met anything other than just wanting to hang out with the community that she like communities that she loved. Like yes, we had a falling out over things, but I truly don't think that she was doing anything like out of malice. But after everything that happened, it was just very triggering for me. I had a bit of a panic attack because I was like, not expecting.
Thank you for one of the drawings.
Yeah, I don't know. I like, this is something that happened, but I do just want to make it clear that like, I don't know. Brandy's mentioned several times in this. I don't hold anything against her. Like, we had a falling out. I do genuinely wish her the best, and I hope she's well. There's like no malice from me towards her. Yeah. But, and then, I showed those Panic Attack in the Sunroom during all of that. And then, yeah, we felt threatened that legal action would be pursued. And then we needed new content for an investigation. So we went to Fairfield, and that's when the bubble started.
Yeah, that was a fun time, huh?
March.
2024, March.
2024.
Okay.
This is when we launched Smoke and Mirrors Patreon. Still in a day, because we needed money. Because losing stable income and having to have everything, like these new businesses support you financially, is very difficult.
Yeah, because I was also struggling with income at that point as well.
Yeah. This is when M decided to stop appearing in certain content.
That is what you'll get from that.
Yeah. There's more that cannot be said due to reasons. And it is because of a ongoing legal dispute. I don't know if you want to say just the thing about that. But
so in April of 2024 is when I started a legal business dispute with Meta Psyckicks.
Yeah. Any details or things about that can not be shared due to it being an ongoing legal dispute.
An active legal dispute.
Yeah. And
which is one of the reasons why we were raising money with our GoFundMe. So if you still have the ability to donate, it would help me a lot with that, because I have been dealing with legal fees for 2 years, and it is very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then May, we went to California. We collabed with Mackie and Amanda, and we shared personal, private details of things with Mackie and Amanda. And then we met Cody and Satori like the next week. And then we got our dog Yue.
We went to go see Orion because apparently Orion was near the Yue breeder. So a cutie patootie picture.
Here,
She's screaming as she knows that we're talking about her.
Have a cute.
That's what she looked like. Dude, do you think
picture.
she was allergic to her food then? She looks very pink.
Yes.
Dude, she is allergic to, like, meat. I have tried 8 different proteins, and she's allergic to all of them.
Yeah.
And she's blind.
This is also when there was a raccoon in the attic.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a good story. Do you guys remember that? So when we went to Fairfield, there was a raccoon chasing us around at Fairfield, and then we come home, and we hear, like, walking in the attic. So we like called because we're like, there is like some non-disclosed animal in our attic. Can you help? So they send someone, and they like walk around our house. They like look in our attic, and they were like, no, I don't see anything. It's just mice. I'll treat for mice. So they did that. And then a few days later or something, a week later, we hear that walking again. And we're like, yeah, I don't know about that. So we called back. I don't know. I don't remember the order of operations. I just remember that there was a period where I was like, I'll just look. I'll look, and then we can know what animal is in there. And our attic we have like a closet that has like a step thing to get into it. And I didn't have a step ladder because my ex-boyfriend took the step ladder.
Sorry, I just thought about the other joke.
So I got up on a chair on this like little step to look in the attic, and I wasn't expecting to see anything. So I like got up there, looked, saw an animal walk across our like attic, freaked out because there was an animal in our attic, and I fell out of the attic off of the chair onto the ground from this like step up into the attic. And Riker was like, what did you see? I was like, there was an animal up there. I don't know if it was a raccoon. I don't know, but I saw something.
And it was big. And I was like, do you think it was a possum? And she was
like,
it was
no,
definitely
absolutely.
Not a possum.
And I was like, maybe I should check again. Like maybe I didn't see a raccoon. I should check again, right?
And I was like, no.
And that's when you were like, well, maybe it was like a possum or something, but you definitely saw it. And I was like, it was not a possum. So there was a raccoon in there, and there was like one time I was taking the trash out, and you could hear raccoon noises, which I did not know what raccoons sound like, in the garage.
I also don't know how we didn't notice until like way later that there's little like raccoon handprints all over the walls in our garage.
Like near the ceiling in the garage. We just don't look up. So we walk around the house. There's like this huge opening in the like bottom of our, like the soffit of our roof that they're getting into. So Riker calls and like bitches out the company for like gaslighting us and about mice.
They were like, we'll send someone out. So they send, so like dude calls me and is like, yeah, what about this? And so I start talking shit about the last dude to this pest control guy, and I was like,
it was the same.
He fucking like, he told us that it was just mice. It's not fucking mice. We saw it. Like, I'm fucking pissed. We found the fucking hole, like, going off. And he's like, that was me. And I was like,
you don't have to come.
I was like, you don't need
better
to come
send
back
someone else.
I was like, you shouldn't come back here.
So we called the lady, and the lady sent us someone else. And they took care of it, I think.
Yep.
Which, like, our neighbors didn't tell us because they, like, set up a trap near where the hole in the roof was. And they said that they would go pick it up. I checked it every day and every night to see if there was anything there. There wasn't. My dad comes over the next, like, week or whatever and tells me that the neighbor was talking to him about a raccoon being in a cage next to our house. So they like picked up a raccoon and like took it to like parts unknown, but we had no fucking idea about it. Now there's not raccoons in the attic. Knock on wood 1,000 times. You're welcome.
June. Another YouTuber called The Fine Art Medium made a video claiming M's life was ruined by demons.
Yeah.
And
I got an email sent to me basically claiming that I was working with demons.
It says, it was like anonymously sent, and it says, Emma's working with demons and it cost her her marriage. A real psychic medium just uploaded a video all about it. Glad someone is getting the truth out there, and then linked the video. We've spoken to Fine Art Medium.
And she took
she took it down. We talked to her. It's fine.
Yeah, because that was not what was happening. I was in a toxic relationship. I don't believe like demons have anything to do with any of this, not just my breakup.
Yeah, but because everything that had happened up until this point, having someone blaming M, like using a Ouija board as like why all of this shit that we've talked about for the last 2.5 hours happening being because of demons, we were like, no, we can't do that. Like,
yeah, I was getting a lot of feedback from the community and whatnot of like what people thought was going on with me, because I think there was a long period of time where I would show up in content completely like gone dissociated. And people were very angry at me about it. They're very angry at me about like not sharing about what was going on and thinking that they were entitled to this like information, and that is not true. You're not entitled to anything. But because of that, I felt like everyone thought I was a monster. I already felt like this because I like had left someone that I loved for so long and still love. So I just felt like everyone was kind of like against me. So having like this video posted was also just like hurtful, because it was like, again, people just not understanding what was going on and just making like assumptions.
Yeah. And also I was mostly angry that someone was like a real psychic, because I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know, like not like you said, nothing that happened for the last like up until this point, none of it is due to like demons.
No.
But then we went to the Conjuring house literally 1 week before like Cody and Satori publicly like did their announcement thing. Like, if y'all remember,
it was so weird.
Like this this post, this happened a week after we were there.
Yeah, it was very weird because
we thought that a different employee was going to be giving us like the tour and everything, but it was actually Jacqueline Nunez that was
the
there.
Owner. Like I've been to the Conjuring House. That was my 3rd time, and I've never seen the owner there before.
So
it was a bit
we didn't get a tour. It was very awkward and uncomfortable. A lot. Yeah. Like Em and I were texting each other a lot during it because we
felt like we were being
felt
watched.
Like everything we were doing was being watched, so we were nervous. And then like the next week they announced that like the big people left, and then that's when the like boycott the Conjuring House and all of that stuff started.
Yeah.
The next week.
And basically the spirit of the Conjuring House was like explaining to us while we were there that everything was quiet because it was protecting us from the drama that was about to happen.
Yeah.
So it was fucking weird.
And then we went to Beale.
That was a good investigation. You should go check it out. It's live.
And then July, Bad to the Bone did a video on us on our collab with Mackie and Amanda.
Yeah.
Then August, a tornado destroyed the garage in our backyard.
There was probably like 10 trees on our garage back there. We are not in an area that typically gets tornadoes.
Yeah, we're not in Tornado Alley.
So we were fighting with the insurance company for months in order to get that covered. But that happened while we were on vacation. And my like pet sitter, which was my cousin, came to like watch our animals, and he was like, yeah, so this is happening. And I was like, great, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this because I'm like fucking broke, and I know that like the insurance or whatever, but this is my first insurance claim like this.
Yeah, this is also the deck of M's dad's boat.
It's got a crack in it now. We glued it on for him.
But yeah, that happened. September is when we got our cat Boo on Friday the 13th.
She's a good one.
October, that's when we were on Chicago Med. It's when we met Erica and Kayla in person. And
that was fucking awesome.
On Chicago Med. The kitchen started leaking into the basement and to our crawl space that's right behind us. In November, I got my wisdom teeth out.
Oh, you added things.
Yeah. I don't remember taking this picture, which is why I think it's even funnier. I don't remember taking this, but I saw this and I was like,
that's your jacket that I'm wearing too.
I was like, this is hilarious because I don't remember anything.
Listen, okay.
That face is just obvious about.
I don't know why they did this, but they had Riker pay for it, and Riker does not remember paying.
I don't.
Yeah, because I literally was like, you like asked me or told me like that you have to like reschedule or like schedule your follow-up or whatever, and I was like, you already did.
I was like,
when you were paying for the like procedure.
And the thing is, I had to text my mom so she could give me the money. So she like Venmo'd me and I transferred it into my account and paid with my card. But I have no memory of it. I don't know, Jada. That's also the month that we found out that Mackie and Amanda stabbed us in the back and fucked us over. That's the extent of what I will say about that. December is when we started
glad you know
on Medicaid and food stamps. I know because I got my wisdom teeth out the day like before my birthday.
Right.
Because
that was like the last day you had insurance. That wasn't Medicaid.
Because I was still on my mom's insurance because I was 26. Yeah. So then right after December is when I started on Medicaid.
Why wouldn't they have you pay before? I don't know, but it was funny to hear about. I was there.
Yeah. We started on Medicaid and food stamps. When we were in California visiting my mom, my cat Shitty Kitty died.
Yeah, and we
like suddenly.
Like we were there and I got sick and I didn't want to get in a plane with an ear infection because that sounds like fucking horrible. So we stayed longer, and because we did, we were able to like be there for that. I guess you could call it that.
Mm-hmm.
but it was
So
sudden.
if you're keeping count, that's 2 cats in 2 years
Yeah.
dying like unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Like
no sign until it was happening.
the night before, Shitty Kitty was fine, was playing with her. She seemed normal, and the next day she died in my hands on the way to the emergency vet.
Yeah, she was experiencing upper respiratory distress.
Yeah. So that was a lot. Still have a lot of PTSD about that.
I mean, same.
Especially like driving a cat to the vet. So taking Azrael to the vet recently has been hard. 2025. 3 weeks after Shitty Kitty died, my grandmother died unexpectedly.
Yeah.
She died of sepsis at the age of 65. So I had to fly out to Utah to help my mom clean out the room she was renting and help my mom just kind of manage all of my grandmother's affairs. And then almost the next week is when we went on our New York trip.
Tinsdale House and
all of
Shanley and whatnot.
So honestly, I was surprised that I held it together in content while I did, because
those were good.
But this is also when I reached out to my now therapist and was like, "Hi, I'm really not okay. My childhood cat and my grandmother died within 3 weeks of each other." And then in February, I was hospitalized because I couldn't walk because I have a back injury. So that was for an entire week.
Yeah, the first day we spent 16 hours in the waiting room waiting to be waiting for a bed, basically. Mm-hmm. After 16 hours, they put us in the hallway. And then eventually they were so booked that we were put in peds, like pediatrics. Like they didn't have enough room in the adult section for us to for record to be hospitalized.
Mm-hmm.
But they did a whole bunch of stuff with your back. We had to go see neurologist. We had to go see back specialist, spine specialist.
Mm-hmm.
But we figured out at a certain time in the night in the ER that they stopped bringing people back. So you just sit there and wait until 8 a.m. It's a really good time because there's a big shift change or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in March, SEG did release the video on us. Which is also why in that breakdown live stream that I did as a response crying, it's because all of this prior happened. But now we're besties with SEG. Mm-hmm. But Russell's alt account came back during this time as well. So it's been deleted, but this was in the response video that SEG made to our response. So it says, "I used to watch these two, but I no longer do because I just can't believe what they have to say. It is really just one agreeing with the other. I hope you can see the hypocrisy in their live stream response. They said they meant to turn off monetization, which we did. There were no ads. It was not monetized. But then they were advertising their Etsy, which that's still not monetizing. Someone asked at the very end of the stream, by the way, their other channel, which again, I don't see how that invalidates anything, and other videos for part of the live stream in the comments. But they are in it for the passion, not the money. I also find it interesting that they used to have 3 other people that were on their channel with them, and they are gone now. I want to know what they have to say. It seems fishy. I think these 2 are lying to their audience." I responded because also I want to point out, so Barry QT3YI, that is the exact same account
that became a member.
The day, this is the screenshot Russell sent us of the Barry account. Barry, it's linked to this, so it is the exact same person. Like, it is the same account.
Yeah, this was a screenshot that was sent to us. We found this account in our Discord because they created an alt account to follow our members.
Yeah.
And that directly linked to their YouTube channel, which is the same at.
And, like, Russell confirmed that this was, in fact, his alt account. Like, there isn't a dispute about this. So, I already I'm losing all my screenshots.
You brought the one where you responded.
So I said, hey man, I know you think it's cool to sit behind an alt account and try to start crap, but it's getting old. It's been over a year. Time to grow up and move on seriously. Barry, stop hate watching us constantly and stop spreading lies to people. And then he responded, but where did I lie? You did have 3 other people on your channel at one point and they left. You were advertising yourself when you said you meant to turn off monetization. Those 2 are facts. I'm not lying at all. I'm simply making the observation that the things you are doing are hypocritical. If I was hating on your channel, I would be posting over and over again. I don't think I've ever commented on your videos before, maybe once, and I think you may have me confused with someone else. This is really aggressive for no reason, but this is the same alt account. So that's leaving that there. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said about that. I don't think there's anything wrong with mentioning your Etsy and other channels. You can be in it for the passion, but still, yeah, like this is unfortunately our job. Like,
yeah. Well, it's also like you didn't really even need to demonetize that video.
No, I just wasn't putting like ads on it.
You just didn't feel comfortable like having it be used for something else.
Yeah.
You just wanted to say your piece.
And
that's true.
And like, yes, that comment didn't lie. There were other people, but it's also coming from one of the people who told us not to talk about them at all.
Yeah.
So, Barry deleted the comments after a few more back and forths. And that brings us to 2026, which I didn't do really
a recap.
Yeah. But that brings us to this year. Oh, well, I guess I didn't. There were more things since then.
Oh yeah, because we went to Indiana again, right?
Yeah,
because that's March.
In June, I think it was June, I went to the ER for stroke-like symptoms. Wasn't a stroke. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was horrible. June 2025.
Yeah.
We went into the hospital and basically we got in really fast because apparently when you're having a stroke, that's a big deal. So we went back for triage and like Riker explains what's going on. The worst headache they've ever had. They're experiencing like numbness on one side of their body, and then they just start calling like the stroke team to come and get Riker. So
yeah, I think now I think what it was a really severe fibromyalgia flare up, because that's also is in here. But the last few months been finally getting answers for why I'm sick, and they think it's fibromyalgia.
2025 July.
Yeah, in July 2025 is when we got hexed from M's sister. In September is when we went on our Indiana trip with Orion, Erica.
Yeah, we went to like
whole shebang.
The Indiana State Sanatorium again, and all of those places. It was a fun time.
November, we had to cut down the oak tree in our backyard because the tornado mentioned prior would have eventually, the oak tree would have fallen directly on our
so basically
and killed us.
There were like some large branches that were hanging out of the tree, so we like contacted a tree person to look at the tree, and we thought that they would like preen it, so like cut the branches, like the dead stuff off, and he came and basically looked at the tree, and there was a giant crack down the center of the trunk, and this tree is like over 100 feet tall, and it was probably like 10 to 15 feet away from our house. So he basically said that he absolutely would not preen the tree because he deemed it a safety issue that it would fall on our house and could potentially kill us with the weight of the tree.
Yeah.
The reason why that's on there is because I loved the tree. I cried like all day in regards to when they were cutting it down. That was the tree that like made me go viral the first time. So it was a good time. It was not a good time, but we have a slice of it in our garage.
Yeah. So sad about the tree. Us too.
Yeah.
In December, we tried to go ghost hunting again, and horrible things happened. It just didn't work at all.
Yeah.
And then that brings us to 2026.
2026.
So we were trying to go into this year like resetting everything. So we made we planned out the entire year. We had all these plans for like content, new stuff we were gonna do, what we were gonna do for like our metaphysical shop. Like we had goals and like ambitions. And then in February, on our way to collab with Seg in Kansas, the car accident happened.
It was a
As you
really good
guys know.
time. It was literally after I made a post that says, I don't have high hopes, but I think everything's over because I have nothing left to lose. And then the universe listened to me. So, yeah, we got into a very severe car accident. The car is totaled. The other guy that hit us was evading the cops, going over state lines when we were trying to cross the Ohio-Indiana border. And, basically he doesn't have insurance or they're not covering it or whatever, so that's fun. So my insurance company gave me an amount of money to buy a new car, and it was very hard to find a car with that amount of money because we do not have the funds to like finance anything. But that's what my car looked like, and that's the Indiana border. We have some live streams if you want to go check that out.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yep.
So yeah, that kind of derailed things again.
Yeah. So going on a ghost hunt was not really in the cards because A, we financially could not do it, and B, there is a lot of trauma now with driving long periods of time,
Yeah.
going ghost hunting.
Yeah, I had a bit of a panic attack on our way to vacation. Because it's the first time we've driven a long distance since the accident. Thought I was fine, had a bit of a panic attack.
Yeah.
Which I forgot to bring that up to my therapist recently, but you know, there were other things happening.
There's
but
not enough time.
Yeah, and then it was a lot of like applying to jobs. I had a job, quit a job because toxic. M has a job.
Yeah, we needed to supplement our income. We're literally just at the very tail end of not being able to afford anything. So we both are looking into getting jobs. I got one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to try and get more jobs.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. What?
There's that ceiling again.
Pesky ceiling. And then, yeah. You put an altar in the new car. Didn't think about that, but we did save some of the broken glass from the car crash and have used it
to hex people
in spells.
It's the first thing that I thought of. I cut myself while getting it.
Yeah. But yeah.
Which is probably a bad thing, but don't tell me that's fine.
Yeah, and then in June, so like last month, that's kind of when Azrael started showing more of his symptoms. So, because we went on vacation, like beginning of July.
It started off like just not really a big deal. He would just throw up like once a day, but he did it for like a period of time. So we took him in. They didn't know what was wrong with him. They gave him anti-nausea medication. We took him back in after a few days of that. It like got better and then got worse again. They told us like maybe this could be a foreign body. It could be like some sort of like weird disease. It could be cancer, like all of these things. And that was like right before we went on vacation with my parents, because it was a family vacation that my parents took us on. And then we got back, and the vet basically was like, if he stops eating at all, bring him to the hospital. So we brought him to the hospital, and we waited 10 hours in the waiting room. And they took him overnight and was able to give him a ultrasound to figure out if it was a foreign body or what was going on in his stomach. Because they basically took x-rays prior to this to see that there was like his stomach was distended, but they couldn't figure out what it was. So they basically confirmed that it was the lining of his stomach that was thickened and that it was GI lymphoma, with other tests that we had taken with them, as well as taking him to oncology. And
Yeah.
And that's what he has.
But also in June, most of you probably missed it because it was more happening in the debunker space.
Yeah.
But we ended up being involved in some drama over there. I'm not going to like rehash it, but that was also a thing. So if you saw the like post where I was like, Seg is not transphobic, and we did the like fundraising stream for like the charity stream talking about like women in the paranormal and stuff like that. That all happened. We were having problems with Medicaid and SNAP, and Em is likely losing her Medicaid, so she won't have health insurance, but we should still be keeping our like food stamps because that is how we eat, which is nice. And then we went on vacation beginning of this month, and then we came back and found out Azrael has stomach cancer.
So,
and now we're here.
So because of all of this, Azrael getting cancer just kind of, in my opinion, I can speak for myself, I cannot speak for Riker, but I feel like they feel the same way, but it changed my perspective of what is important, because like this is some bullshit that keeps happening to us. Riker and I like to say every 2 weeks something horrible happens, and that comes from me like saying I just need 2 weeks off to like get my life back together, and nothing happened during those 2 weeks, and then the day after like Shinzi dies.
Yeah. But as you've also seen, like almost every single month for the last few years, something happened.
And that is the stuff that we can talk about.
Yeah.
Because like going into a legal battle with Meta Psyckicks has been emotionally and financially overwhelming, as you can imagine. And that has also been sprinkled in with all of that as well.
Yeah. And I mean, there's also been like other things within like families and stuff that like our families that are like private. We're not going to like talk about our family stuff as like in this, but like there's like other things of like that nature that also are going on with all of this.
But yeah, my first reaction to like Azrael getting this diagnosis was literally like, how are we gonna get this horrible stuff to stop happening, because this is horrible. This is the worst thing that could have happened. And it just made me question why we're like fighting so hard for all of these things that continue to hurt us. Because I'm like, if I could just take all of the fight that we have gone through for the last 3 years and give it to Azrael, I would. So it's very hard watching yourself like almost cry
Mm-hmm.
You can't stop it.
I think that's honestly why I haven't cried. Is like I'm being perceived. So
yeah, I'm like
I've
staring at myself and I'm
compartmentalized
like,
enough.
you're not okay. I can't do this. You're staring at yourself crying. So a lot of stuff just doesn't really matter because I wish we could just help our cat. So it's we're going to change a lot of the stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah.
We probably are going to take a break from content, at least on this channel.
Yeah, and we don't fully know the extent of what our plans are, because just things happen so fast, and it seems like every day something changes in one way or another. But our main focus is just trying to be there for Azrael. I feel like we should bring him down at the end so everyone can see him. No one can see me, but I'm still fighting back the tears. Yeah. It's, I don't know, the last 3 years have just been so horrible, and there's been so much like deaths of things. Like we've lost 2 cats. I lost my grandma. We lost friendships and people that we thought we were going to be doing all of this with.
Yeah.
And this is just like, I don't know, we got him as
supposed to be a happy thing.
A happy like thing, a like bright spot, and he definitely still has been, but just I don't know, he doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, so like I keep saying, it's changed our perspective of a lot of things. As you guys have noticed, our consistency with this channel has been horrible. We go through periods where we're very excited about content. We plan all of these things. We want to do all of these things. And then something like blows up in our lives, and then we are quiet for long periods of time. And we just continue to fight for this channel because we believe in it and we want to do all the things that we're excited about, but
because we really are in it for the passion.
Yeah.
But I know that there will be people who probably are like, well, they're raising money. They have almost $2,000, and I'm like, our cat has cancer. It's going towards that. Like, our mortgage is due next week, and like, we don't have the money for that. Like, we just don't want to lose our cat without trying. I know there'll probably be people too who think that we're like crying to be manipulative or sympathy, but like I just don't care. I just want people to leave us alone. I just want to take care of my cat and be able to actually like get to experience life together without something horrible happening every 2 weeks, because every 2 weeks there's something like.
Yeah, so that is one of the reasons why we're taking a break from Meddling Mediums, is because fighting has just been continuous like hurt on us. Like, Meddling Mediums in and of itself carries a lot of PTSD with all the stuff that we just explained. But at the same time, like, it very much feels like people do not want us to continue making content on this channel. And we have said multiple times that, like, we have felt like every move that we make in content is being watched. So we feel like someone is going to say something, even if we're just talking about fucking ghosts. Like, and that's it.
I mean,
so
there is part of me that wishes we could share even more than we did.
Yeah.
Because like there's just like
there's a lot more.
So many little things that
you got a fraction of it
that like we could like sneeze funny and
Get a
it could be
message.
used like it could be like used against us in some way, shape, or form. Like, or we cry and are like, this is all the bad things that happened over the last 3 years, and someone can be like, did you think about the fact that all of this like abuse and like horrible things that happened is because you touched a Ouija board once? Like, it's
Yep.
like there's just so much like hyperfixation and scrutinizing of like all of the little things that we do, that every time we try to like do anything or move forward, this is the first time that we've talked about all of this. And I won't lie, there is still a big part of me that is terrified that
This will be the
this
next 2 weeks.
that this is going to turn into something else, because which is, again, it's part of why we showed so much proof and receipts, and there's a lot more that we haven't shown. Like, there's like recordings of meetings and calls, and because we had to start documenting everything that happened all of the time, because
you're being legally threatened.
Because if we didn't, it'd be like turned on us.
Yeah, but that's one of the reasons why we're sharing now, because like we feel like everything we say and do is going to be under a microscope regardless. So it's like, if everyone knows, then that's it. It's over. Like, we're literally doing this to make it stop. So I don't know. It just seems like pointless to continue fighting about it. So I'm just like, here it is. This is what happened. I'm going to continue doing my own fucking thing without all of this PTSD trauma.
Yeah, I mean, there are some people that we haven't spoken to in like 2.5, almost 3 years. Like, and there's still so much like
they want us like to not have this channel.
Yeah, and I don't know, like there's even more of like, I don't know, like there's been other like people who have like made content like calling us out by name over in like their stuff. Same person who made the like video about the demon and the Ouija board. Like, there's just like, there's so many like digs and like shit like directed at us that we feel like we can never address. So we've just been quiet, but then we disappear for weeks because horrible things are happening, and then we come back and we're like, it's fine, we're gonna be better, and then
we're gonna restart and everything's gonna stop
every 2 weeks,
and then we get into a car accident, or then this is happening. But also, with saying that we're gonna take a break from meddling mediums, I do want to say, like, I still want to be a content creator. Taking a break from this also just sucks and hurts, but continuing to do it right now is worse. For me personally, I still want to be like, when I started my first business, like with Meta Psyckicks, I felt the most like myself I have ever felt in my entire life. Like, I felt the most understood. I felt like that was my purpose. I felt like I could create a community that made people like feel safe and included, and I still want to do that. Like, that is my dream job. So I'm thinking about posting content on HeyBuy. And it's just gonna be probably more in a like vlog type style of like just whatever I want to post over there with as little pressure as possible. Because I just keep thinking about, I don't know, I gave a reading to like Rainy the other day in a live stream, and one of the things that I told Rainy was basically like, you look like you're taking this a lot better than you actually are. Like, you are a lot worse off than you let on, is what I said. And that's the most relatable thing I think I've ever said to anyone during a reading, because that is how we feel. Like, even us explaining this is maybe like a fourth of what has actually happened and what we are carrying on our backs. And like how we are presenting also is very like strong and upfront. Behind all of this is like some people that are completely fractured. So something needs to change, and I feel like we just need to do something different for a while. But at the same time, I absolutely do not want to lose this channel. I don't want people to have control over me like that. But I want this channel to not be rooted in something horrible that happened.
Yes. And us talking about this, like everything we did tonight, was kind of a step in that direction.
Was letting that go.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be some moments where we come back and like we post something or stream on here, like on this channel, but I would not. This channel is not going away.
Yeah.
Like,
this channel will still stay here. We just are taking a break. Like, I'm adamant that it's a break because I want to come back. I literally made plans for this channel, and then this happened, and I don't have the mental capacity to do it. Like, we were literally working on a website to launch.
yeah.
So
it was it's such a good looking website too. Like, we've been trying to reset this like from the ground up for the last like 2 years.
Yeah.
And it isn't happening like we want. So
yeah. So I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel like the Patreon will still like engage with Patreon and stuff like that. So we'll have Discord. I still want to post like life updates and other content to our Patreon page if you still want to be a part of that and become a member.
We'll still be around. Our content is just not going to be, or our lives are not going to be focused on like the creation and output of content. Yeah. But
but I also want to keep our Etsy page up as well. If you are interested in that too, that will stay up. It's just like the public content being pushed out is probably going to be quiet for a while, just because it feels too much and too triggering to be like fully on camera doing something every week. Whereas it's more less pressure to like come in a live stream, post something random. We need to come back slowly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like when you're like flying in a plane, the flight attendants tell you to like put your oxygen mask on yourself first before you help anyone else. This is us putting our own oxygen masks on.
Yeah.
Like, we are so not okay that if we don't take a step to focus on ourselves, like, then the channel will go away.
Yeah. So personally, I just need to post about something else for a while.
Cause like,
so if you want to follow me on Hey by Spirit, go over there.
Like, I don't know. I'm thinking about streaming games on our Twitch. So you should go find our Twitch.
What's the Twitch?
Those Meddling Mediums or Curly Fry. I don't know which one. We'll see. But we both love doing this too much to fully just like walk away. If we were going to just like walk away and fully quit, we wouldn't have done this stream tonight.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like, we take a break and I like make a full plan of how we're going to come back. Like, I have an idea for Mediumship Circle. I have an idea for like our coven meetings. I have ideas for content. But every time I'm like, okay, I'm ready, we're going to do it, the 2 weeks is up and then something horrible happens, so then I just don't do it because yeah, because it's literally we have to fight to even be here.
Yeah. So
Just want to stop fighting for stupid fucking reasons. And this is a stupid fucking reason. Like, why do you guys, like, why do people care that we're posting content on the internet? We believe in fucking Ghost.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not that.
We're talking about Ghost.
Yeah.
The end. That's it. It's not that big of a deal.
It's really not.
So
yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of like health issues and like chronic health things. So the last few weeks have been really horrible, like not just mentally but physically. Like I've been in an obscene amount of like pain, and like trying to do anything is just so hard. Like my brain fog has been horrible. Yeah. So I also feel like I need to take a step back for my physical health as well. Like
same. But I don't have chronic things like you do. I just
So trying to, I don't know, I want to, been thinking about even posting like TikToks of like a fitness journey, but I don't know if I'll do that, but trying to just kind of, I've been trying to look forward to things in the future that are positive to try to like pull me through each day. So like my mom selling her house, like, so she should be moving here by like end of next month, early September. And early September I get top surgery. Those are the two things that I'm like focusing on.
Yeah, the ultimate FU would be keeping moving forward. It's hard. I feel bad that you've had a lot of bad things happen. You're both talented and creative people. Yeah, that is why we're still here. But things are just shifting. It needs, I don't know. The things that I've been saying, the like, once this happened with Azrael, my like perspective changed of like, you know what? This really doesn't matter. You know what fucking matters? That fucking cat. And there's not really a lot I can do about that. But you know what I can do? Take a step back from this channel that has been hurting me for 3 years.
You get to see Mama Fry. She's on one of our videos in
also
on Smoke and Mirrors. What's up?
I should go give him his second medication.
Yeah. Do you want to bring him down too for a second?
Yeah, I can bring him after.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm getting ready to wrap up. We can do it after. Yeah. But my mom's been in one of our videos, and she's been in like the backgrounds of vlogs in stuff as well, but eventually we'll go. Yeah, my mom wants to go. We're gonna take Mama Fry ghost hunting. I also think it would be really funny to do a podcast with Mama Fry, and like we can talk either about Mormonism things, or she can spill all my dirty secrets of the weird things I did as a kid, of like talking to ghosts. If y'all need help in September, let me know. I think we should be okay, because I think Em's taking some time off work, and then my mom will be here. We can do so many. Oh God, we have so much family lore. So much. If you guys have seen the TV show Shameless, we always joke that our family is like Shameless. Not as like white trash though. But yeah, are there any like questions or anything about anything we talked about? You're never gonna believe this. I know that we talked a lot. I'm honestly surprised that we got through all of that so fast. I honestly was worried that it was going to be like a 5-hour like stream or something. Guys, Mr. Fluffykins has entered the building. Yeah. This is Azrael. Sir. Look at his little mittens.
He's been getting blood transfusions because he has an ulcer in his stomach. So.
You want a churu?
Churu? She's like, I've never been held and got churu before. I hope you can hear me from over here. Isn't it cute? Are you guys excited? Tell me all of your little thoughts about it. But he's been getting medication and then he gets churu because he can have whatever he wants.
That's true.
Because cancer is demonic. He might as well be possessed by demons. And if you really want to get technical about it, apparently people from the Bible or whatever used to assume that when people had like physical issues that they were possessed by demons. So if you were blind, you know you weren't. You were possessed by a demon and Jesus Christ could save you. So fuck cancer is right.
Fuck cancer.
Yeah, cancer is demonic. I wrote it on the board, which means it's true.
He loves churu. It's like,
oh my god. Like, just get it all over me and him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's like, I gotta bring this shit closer to me.
So, if you guys want to help us with Azrael, we would really appreciate it. He has to go to the doctor weekly, and it is expensive each time we take him in. And we don't know really how we're going to do it. So, I'm very worried about not being able to, and that's that.
So, if you guys can, please share the GoFundMe with people, spread the word. That helps just as much as donating too. You can send them this. You can be like, look at him. Oh, it's in his beard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all over my arm.
Hold on, sir. I'm trying to get it off of your beard by using this to scrape it off. It's just so, you're such a messy eater.
Yeah, I've also been thinking about doing live streams next week for Azrael on here. So if you guys want to hang out with me while I'm sad, that would be cool. I don't have to work for a lot of the week.
I'll join those too.
I don't know what we're going to be doing, but it's going to be something. My arm is getting tired. I'm like on the ground, I think.
These are his boots with the fur.
Where is the churu, Dad? Sir.
A little chicken like. He's got the apple bottom jeans.
You really just don't look at the camera. Look at that. Oh, look, you got stuff on your lips. Cutie patootie.
I can't kiss your paws, sir. They told me not to because you have chemo.
They put chemicals in your insides.
What's up there?
The ceiling falling on top of us. What's in there?
You need to clean your ears again, sir. Unclean your ears.
I hope you guys can still hear us.
Oh my gosh, it's a chicken leg. Yeah, he's huge. Yeah. He's technically not even done growing. Maine
Yeah.
Coons grow until they're 5. So
He's 3. And he's only 12-ish pounds. And male Maine Coons are usually like 18 to 22 pounds. So he's also very small for a Maine Coon, too. He's still a baby. He is still a baby.
we reached out to the breeder we got him from to be like, just so you know, he has cancer. And her response pissed us off because she was like, technically, you can't blame like the breeder or anything for it. And we were like,
We
we weren't blaming you, but you were supposed to breed him and then didn't. And when we were there, she said that she was keeping his brother, but she doesn't have him anymore apparently. But if you want a Maine Coon, do not go to, is it Michigan Maine Coons? Michigan Maine Coons.
Yeah.
We personally do not
recommend
them as a breeder. There are other Maine Coon breeders that we've like seen that would be better. And like also for like a different response when we found out Yue was like
had cataracts
and was blind, we reached out to her breeder, and that breeder was like, thank you for letting me know. And like, she doesn't breed like Yue's father anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
and was like trying to go ask her vet about like,
yeah,
why didn't you see cataracts in my puppy type stuff.
Yeah. So we do recommend the Corgi breeder.
Blue and Blooms.
Yeah. Blue and blooms. Like the color blue and blooms Corgis.
Yeah. She was very nice.
Great.
We just end up with all of this like really sick animals because like Yue is blind. She had like, it took her a year to like get potty trained because I don't know what the fuck was happening there. You guys can like recap our lives. And now she is allergic to like most meats. I haven't found a meat she's not allergic to.
We didn't even put all of the like pet shit in there. Like we put like the deaths and when we got
we put the really horrible shit in, but we have been taking the like someone to the vet at least once a month since 2023. So
Mr. Muffin
paying
Man.
for that has also been a fucking time, which is now not sponsored. Fucking get pet insurance. I thought it was a scam. Like 100% I thought it was a scam because I'm like, it doesn't cover pre-existing conditions. It doesn't whatever. It's worth it.
Let me see. I would like to see the baby.
There you go. I don't know how to help you with that.
You still kind of smell like pee.
Yeah, he was in a crate for like 12 hours when we took him to the hospital, so he peed in his crate.
Do you have anything you want to say?
Look how cute he is. But yeah. The last 3 years have been fucking terrible, and you know the like really horrible things for the most part. Now, I do feel better, sort of. But yeah. Big eyes. His brain cell is gone again.
Never had one to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been very happy since he's like been back home.
Yeah. It's been a lot.
I'm honestly surprised that he's letting us just like hold him so much. Usually he's like trying to get out, but I think you know that this is about you.
This is also very interested about the ceiling. Like, what's up there?
Where?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very worried about him, as you can imagine. So I've been not feeling great. But anything else you want to say?
I don't think so.
Thanks for hanging with us. This will replay will be up so you guys can watch it if you missed anything. Cause I know a lot of people were like, "What are they talking about?" But if you guys are interested in helping us with his cancer treatment, our GoFundMe will be in the link in the description and it's pinned at the top of chat. This will be something that will be going on for the next couple of months, as like it can get very expensive.
Yeah,
So
the treatment he is on, it's like the CHOP method, so it's rotating chemo each week. So it'll be 4 weeks on, 1 week off. So for the next 3 weeks, he'll have it, and then he'll have a 1 week break. But yeah, if you guys, I saw a message up above, but I forgot to respond to it. But we will. You can always contact us via email, thosemedlingmediums@gmail.com. If you join our Discord, if you make like a free account, well, now he's done. Oh no, sir.
continue.
If you make a like free account through our Patreon, you can join our Discord and you can reach us there. We're on Instagram, so but yeah.
But yeah, the plan is to keep the like behind the scenes going. We're basically going to be working on meddling mediums to get it up and going once we are done with our break, but posting content right now is just too much publicly. So we're going to be supporting the Etsy and we're going to be supporting the Patreon, but public content will be on a pause. However, we will be posting in other places. And we might do a live stream here and there, but we probably are going to be pretty quiet here for a while.
My face is covered in hair now.
Yeah, there's like hair floating around.
I'm just holding him so I can't like.
I'm glad we stopped crying for that because when you cry and you have animals, the hair sticks to your face. But we'll see you over on one of our other channels, whether that be Hey by our Twitch or Curly Fry. Follow all of them, and you'll see what's going on with our lives. Maybe.
Yeah. All of the links to where you can find us are down in the description too.
But
But
we can give you updates on Azrael when we get them.
yeah.
So thanks for being supportive during this horrible time. Hopefully you can hear me this far away from the mic.
Yeah, you can hear. It's fine.
Great.
But goodbye.
Bye.
Can you do it?
Yeah, find it. Beep. Bop. Is that a very sensitive mouse?
Yeah.